I got drive like Uber. On the road like the runner bee. These coyotes can't catch up with me. Got these heads blowing like TNT. I got drive like Uber. Yeah, all these lions in this pride with me. Hunting on the daily cause the dream ain't free. Gotta get it now. Time to wait for me. I got drive like Uber.
All right. We are back for another episode of the Dinner Club Podcast. I'm your host with the most, Larnell Walker, a.k.a. the Lion of Many Hunts, man. We got a lot of cool stuff to talk about today. As you see, the headline is a little salacious, but we're going to have a little bit of, dialogue about, different body shapes and sizes and all this other stuff. It seems to be a controversy right now, but before we really deep dive into that, we're just going to talk about some of these cool events that we have coming up. We're proud to say that we just set up some super dope events. We just got everything all set up and we're just looking to, talk with the people and all of that good stuff. So shout out to Third Eye, man, and shout out to all the Third Eye family, man. We've been working real hard to make things happen. Shout out to National Parks. Tomorrow is the launch of the 5 Pillars of Hip Hop. Let me pull it up on the screen for you guys. We got the launch of the 5 Pillars.
5 Pillars of Hip Hop.
Yeah, it's gonna be super dope. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up on the screen. So if you don't know, find out. Tomorrow's May 14th, 2020, 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. live on Third Eye Unlimited and the New Bedford Wayland National Historical Park Facebook pages. We will be presenting the 5 Pillars of Hip Hop, representing national parks and Third Eye Unlimited. Super dope. Gonna have some super dope talent coming out. If you already know, we work with a lot of people, with kids in the area that are aspiring. If you know any kids in the area that are aspiring, please send them our way and let us hook them up. People get it confused sometimes, I was raised on, there's adult time and then there's kid time. Well, the Dinner Club Podcast is adult time. So even though we're informing you about these events taking place, well, that's because you might be a parent, you know what I'm saying, and you want your kids to partake in some stuff that's for the kid time. So we're just out here trying to make sure that we're informing the people about all the cool stuff that we have going on. Again, tomorrow, May 14th, 2020, 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. we have the 5 Pillars of Hip Hop. Again, if you don't know what those 5 pillars of hip hop are, it's the MC, B-boy, B-girl, DJ, knowledge, and graffiti. Okay, so we want to make sure that we cover these areas as best as we can, all considering the pandemic. But and we just mix it up a little bit. We had a women's history event that was canceled, so we wanted to make sure we brought back some of those acts, especially some of the people that have been with us consistently, to try to honor, that the cancellation of that event and empower them to do their thing here. So first up, we have Nevaeh, who's a youth in the area, super dope songstress. You know what I'm saying? It's been dope to watch her develop and grow confidence as time has gone on, and as she's done stuff with the program. Then we have Amanda. Excuse me, guys. Sip some coffee. I'm over here. Short of breath. I've been running around all over the place, everything. Then we got Amanda, who's doing some spoken word, and they're kind of a tag team duo with Amanda and Liv Brandon, who's going to be doing their thing. Amanda's going to be doing some spoken word, music. She's also a dancer. She also is working on a writing workshop along with Liv Brandon and Kerry Cox. So we're trying to look at that possibly coming out in the future, but you just get a sneak peek here on the adult platform. And then Liv Brandon, again, super dope songwriter, super dope, powerful young woman out here in the community holding her own. And we just, again, that's what we're all about, encouraging is the youth in all, regard, shades, genders, whatever, to empower them to just be better human beings first. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of people like to argue whatever their plight is first and don't understand that the first plight is being a good human being, period. Because I don't care what you are. I care about who you are and how you treat others. You understand what I'm saying? And then Shania, the incomparable Shania, is gonna be doing her 1-2. Listen, if you wait till you see this dance intro that Shania and Chan jumped in with her to do, man, it's super fire, super dope visual. And then last but certainly not least, our homie Ben Allen. If you don't know, Ben Allen is a Museum of Fine Arts accredited artist. He's had an exhibit in the Museum of Fine Arts. We're super blessed to have that young man partake in this event, and he's gonna be painting live during the event. Again, the setup will be similar to what you see here. Production value will be just as high, if not better. And we're trying to make sure that we put on a super dope event for you guys. We have all kind of protocols in place and all of that stuff to make sure that everybody's social distancing, the performers that are coming into the building, making sure that they're properly taken care of. So it's going to be super dope. Chan, we appreciate you. Shout out my man, Brandon Burke, once again. BB Cuts in the building, man. If y'all don't know, go check it out, bbcuts.com. Brandon, make sure you drop the link in there, Chan. Make sure you drop your links in there. We appreciate you, Chan. The super loyal, always holding us down. Renee Langley in the building. We appreciate you so much. One of these days, you got to get brave, girl. Come on this show, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to show you that appreciation by having you on. You know what I mean? And hearing your opinions and your good stuff going on. So again, tomorrow, May 14th, p.m. to 4:30 p.m. You will see us live. It will be on the Third Eye page. National Parks will share it on their page, and we also will cross promote it to the Dinner Club podcast page. Again, we provide content up and down the rating scale. Okay, so people understand that, like, we are adult that have adult time, and we also work in the community and help the children. Never get it twisted, but we still are adults, and we want to have some adult conversations, and that's what this platform is for. So if your kids are watching after we get through this part, you definitely want to get them the heck up out of here, because we're gonna have some fun tonight. And a little bit, we're bringing my wife on to talk about one of the topics that we're going to start off with. But in the meantime, let me give you another event that's going on, because this event is super dope too, and we're super proud to be having this go on. So May 15th, 2020, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., hosted by myself and Tyson again. We'll be doing the V3E Pride virtual experience. If you already know, we already had the 3E Pride experience, but we put the V in front of it like most things right now because we're going virtual. And what's going to be super dope is that, we're able to give you the same feel and production for what's going to take place that you've seen live if you've seen it. But, now we're able to actually expand. There's actually an upside to this, because usually if you're not in that building, you don't understand what's going on. But we're going to bring that experience to you in your home, and we want you to enjoy these festivities with us. So without further ado, we'll have musical performances, dance, artwork, spoken word, and more. If you get the theme here, the 5 pillars event kind of encompasses what we've already been doing anyway. We if it isn't broke, don't fix it, and that formula has been working for a long time, and it's been representing our culture properly if you utilize those 5 pillars and understand the culture, and actually respect the culture and its origin in itself. So with that being said, we have Mandy, who's a super dope artist representing the community out here in a super dope village, who is going to be painting, doing a super dope piece for us based on the Your New Bedford launch. We'll get into that. Like, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. We have Kathy all the way out from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, who's going to be doing her 1-2 with a super dope dance routine, sending over her video. I just checked that out. It's going to be crazy. We got Libsy. If you don't know, you better find out. Libsy don't be playing no games. He be getting to it, man. But he's coming out to do some clean content for the community, and I really appreciate the fact that a lot of the people that we have been dealing with, I try to lead by example. So you will hear some songs of me kicking ass, and you will hear some songs of me, hugging ass. So you know what I'm saying? And you will hear some songs of me taking care of ass. So whatever, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And Libsy's one of those people where if you've known him, you've only known him for one, lane, which is tearing your head off with complete disrespect. But he's coming and changing it up a little bit and bringing some balance to the table. We really appreciate that. The bilingual, trilingual, quadlingual sensation Ralphie will also be performing. It's going to be super dope, man. I'm telling you, do not want to miss this brother right here, Cape Verdean by way of Portugal as well. You know what I'm saying? So he's got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Then my man Thorn Barmageddon is coming in the building. He's got Poetic coming out real soon. You want to make sure that you get in touch with my man Thorn and get a copy of the pre-orders. Get your pre-order in with my man, because he's not playing. He produced it, did everything himself. It's super dope. And he's New Bedford's own. We got to make sure that we take care of New Bedford's own. Yeah. Much love. I have way too many opinions. Nah, no, you don't. No, never. That's what this platform's about. This is the Dinner Club. We're going to have opinions together. That our events are always awesome. We thank you for that, because you do support us, not just virtually, but in real life. And that is what matters most. Hugging ass. Yeah, I am hugging ass. So policy. Another Barmageddon general over there. He's just gonna listen. If you don't listen, I can't even put it in the words for you. That's how crazy it is, because their word play is so crazy. I can't put it in the words for you. I don't have that ability. You feel what I'm saying? So you definitely want to tune in for that. My man Jet, just saw his dance routine tonight. Man, listen, it's gonna be crazy. Make sure you tune in for that. And then my man Adverse Reaction. When I tell you that this guy is a battle rapper who battled addiction and battled turmoils in his life. He's one of those kids that grew up and really, really grew up through the Black experience and grew up, really living through the turmoils of those trials and tribulations as a young white male, and making the turn in his life. The spoken word piece that he submitted is so powerful. Please tune into that. And no less than that, Maya has given us another jewel. Good Lord. I can't listen. I'm telling you. Tune in. You know what I'm saying? This is another one that's at 7 to 9 p.m., but it's a Friday. So, you have your kids up a little later, and it's all clean content. Both of those events are all clean content. The Dinner Club podcast is where we're like, fuck this, fuck that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the other one is for all clean content. Tyson been trying to get me to make this kid friendly too. Fuck that. I need my adult time. I got mad kids, son. I need daddy time, son. So again, check it out live on Facebook, thirdeyeunlimited.org. at @thirdeye_unlimited. Excuse me, my allergies and my asthma is kicking my ass today. Hashtag artists everywhere and hashtag your New Bedford. That's what it's all about. It's your New Bedford. We'll also be having a virtual giveaway, so much more. We'll be releasing some cool footage, give you, a little hint what's coming out. But make sure you tune in, man. Again, that's gonna be on the Third Eye page and right here on the Dinner Club podcast page as well. And a few others, a few of our partners might be involved as well. So just have an eye out for that. Now that we got the goody good out the way, let's get into the hoodie hood.
Oh, from the goody good to the hoodie hood.
So listen, I'm gonna have my man. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen. I'm gonna have my man talk about it. We want to talk about this Adele situation, because it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting, and we're just gonna get people. We want to hear some people's opinions because we have some opinions, but we also want to make sure that we didn't want to seem a certain kind of way. What are we going to start? We're going to start with the Apple News one, or we're going to start with the Insider.com one. Oh, my man's choppy right now. Hold on 1 second. Let's see what the Apple News one is looking like. Real quick.
We can see Apple News.
Give me 1 second, people. Let me open up this story because we want to talk about this. I appreciate the adult time. I can always have it, but it's fun to view. Yes, exactly. Right. It's always fun. You know what I mean? So let's talk about this real quick because things are pretty interesting with Adele. Right. And I really want to get people's take on this because I don't know how I don't want to be a male and just perceive it in a certain way, but I'm also speaking about it from the male perspective as well. Like how a male, and so what we can speak on is weight loss and a male's perspective for us losing weight. And in a little bit, I will bring my wife on, actually, who is someone who has her own weight loss experience. And I wanted to have the female opinion here on that topic about, weight loss and all of that good stuff. So let's pull up the story real quick. Actually, let me bring my wife in. Here goes my wonderful. Oh, I see you, girl. Hey, boo. Hey, boo. That's my boo. Watch out. Don't say nothing crazy. That's my boo. Watch your back. All right. Fall back, son. That's all mine.
Right.
Anyway.
Got the hair lifted.
Yo, that hair. Listen, man. Don't get me started. We don't go to that rating on the scale, all right? We don't go to that rating on the scale, all right?
Hey.
And that's my lovely daughter, Nyla, in the background. Again, this is a family show as far as how we deal with it. So my daughter knows what time it is with me. I keep things real in my crib. So, she's here for the show. This one's going to be light anyway. Me is only going to be on with us for about 15, 20 minutes. We're going to talk about this topic. I'm going to pull it up onto the screen real quick. We'll watch the video together. And then we'll just talk about the different experiences and different opinions on weight loss and, different perspectives on how people feel about it. There's obviously some things I didn't think about when I met my wife because I met her post her surgery. But we're definitely going to sit down and have this discussion today and talk about these things. So let's just pull this video up. All right, so let's check this out.
If you are a fan of Adele, you probably are taking a double take right now if you've seen her Instagram post because she is trying to break the internet or really just sharing her life here. Okay, so she returned to social media and she understood this transformation. She's almost unrecognizable. Adele posted a thank you to fans for wishing her a happy birthday. While she was at it, she also thanked first responders and essential workers. The Grammy Award winner turned 32 yesterday, and her picture broke the internet. One fan tweeted this: Adele really disappeared and then came back on Instagram and is already the #1 trending topic. And yet another fan said the internet will be shattered when she drops new music. I have to agree with that. Adele has hinted that she has a new album that will be out later this year. Pictures of her transformation started spreading online in October.
So with that being said, it's interesting because I didn't think, give me 1 second. I didn't think I would hear some of the feedback that we've heard about Adele losing weight. And it's just been pretty interesting to just hear all of these different opinions. And the last thing I thought is that anyone was going to have anything negative to say. That's what blew my mind. And I had to think about it like maybe that's just my male perspective. So maybe let me just sit down and draw back for a second and let me not think about my preferences and all of that good stuff. And let's talk about other people's preferences and all of that stuff. So, excuse me, I'm eating this fudge. We ain't playing out here. Dinner Club podcast. So, Again, social media went crazy and people were saying things like, you know, they should appreciate her for her 15 Grammys and not her losing weight. And I'm like, I don't get it. I personally don't get it because it's like, well, who says we don't appreciate the 15 Grammys and can't appreciate her weight loss? And who's to say that she doesn't appreciate her weight loss? Why are we speaking on her wanting to lose weight and doing so? Now, we can't say how. It's rumored that she worked it all off. She could have had the surgery. Either way, to me, again, maybe I'm just a guy, you know what I'm saying? A guy, you know, people try to put us in that box, but she can do what she wants to do. I mean, I thought this whole thing was about, you know, women having freedom to do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if some woman can go out here and get ass injections, or some guy can go out here and get synthetic muscles and go see Dr. whatever this dude Miami is and go get some fake abs, who am I to tell Adele what to do with her body or have an opinion on it for that matter? I mean, and then think about it this way, right? She chose to put the picture out there. So, you know what I'm saying? What do you guys think about it? What do you guys think about it?
I was just gonna add something before I let Samia take it away. Is the fact that she chose this for herself and put that direction out, right? Because she hadn't been on social media for a minute, and then when she comes back, she posts that, which lets you know she wants you to see that and she's proud of it. So anything to kind of snatch that away from her, I feel like is wrong, you know. But don't know what it's like on the other side of maybe having you know, struggle with weight issues and the mentality that goes with that.
Yeah, here's my thing, man. Like, I'm gonna let Mia speak on it first, because as somebody who's actually gone through a weight loss transformation, I want to get your thoughts on it, because we've always had this conversation amongst ourselves, but we never really deep dived into it. So we're actually, you know, as a married couple, we're gonna have this conversation together with our people watching. And I always want to make it understood that regardless of what I feel is,
and I'm here for it.
Yeah, regardless is what my perspective or my viewpoint. I mean, no disrespect and nothing that I'm saying. By no means am I trying to come across sexist to anybody, whatever. That's why my wife is here, so you can understand that this is literally something that we personally have gone through and continue to go down this journey together. So first off, let's just talk about, because I remember, I want to direct it a little bit. So I remember we talked about a conversation that, you know, you made a post about weight loss, and I found that post to be, in my opinion, puzzling. But I wanted to hear your perspective on it. Let me see if I can actually find it while we're here talking about it. But first, I want you to just talk about your weight loss transformation and what that was like.
Well, I've seen a picture of Adele, but this was the first time I heard the story. And it mentions that she started her journey back in October. Mm-hmm. So this is a thing she's been working on. And, you know, it reminds me of like when you move into a new apartment and you don't let anyone come over until you got everything all set up. Mm-hmm. So she's like, okay, I'm starting this in October, but it's my birthday. Everyone loves to get dressed up and feel good on their birthday. So she's like, bam, it's my birthday. Here I am. I want to be celebrated. So I'm disappointed that some people had some negative reactions to it, because she clearly worked hard for it. And she finally got to a point where she felt comfortable enough and secure enough in herself that she worked so hard to show herself. Mm-hmm. And that's a huge deal, because that sometimes that security is hard to come by. A lot of people deal with insecurities.
So as you dealt with your transformation, did you find it okay? So like just to be, because you were one of the you went through your surgery.
Well, for people that don't know,
yes, exactly.
10 years ago, I had gastric bypass surgery. When I went in, I was 19 years old, and it's been over 10 years. I was 19 years old and almost 300 pounds, and I wasn't at 19. I wasn't thinking that I was unhealthy. I wasn't thinking that like I didn't have any like health problems outward facing, like diabetes or high blood pressure. I didn't have any of that. But I also wasn't being good to my body. I wasn't eating right. I wasn't exercising. I wasn't doing any of those things. I kind of got scared into doing it because my father was overweight and passed away from diabetes. And I was like, oh my God, if I don't do something now, I'm going to die. And that was the fear that hit me. No one talked to me about it. No one talked me out of it. No one said, don't do it. You can do this. Like, it was just like a thing. It was new. It was exciting. People were just starting to get it done. So I took a huge risk because there was no like backstory. There was no, oh yeah, people have had great results. I just jumped in head first, being young and dumb. I'm just going to put it that way. But yeah, they don't warn you about all of the emotional stuff that comes with it. So if you read this post here, it says, when I lost over 100 pounds, everyone suddenly loved me. Everyone thought I was gorgeous. Everyone thought I was powerful and all of that. For me, that wasn't a thing because I didn't feel powerful. I didn't work hard at it. I didn't go to the gym every day. I didn't change my diet. I didn't do any of those things. In my sense of the experience, I took the easy way out. I was in the hospital for less than a week, and a month later, I was skinny, and that was it. But it didn't prepare me to lose friendships. It didn't prepare me to lose romantic relationships, none of that. So that was a shocker, being 19 and all of a sudden you're fresh out of high school, you're in a new city, you're in college, you're losing this weight, you're getting all of this attention that you've never had before. And you don't want people to look at you differently, even though the reality is you look different. It was just a shocker because it happened so fast.
Yeah, so for me, excuse me. So for me, I didn't meet Mia until post-surgery. I met Mia at least 5 years into her surgery. So I and honestly, like we connected through business. I was doing business at the time, and I didn't know her past like that. So like, you know, by the time we got to the point that we even started talking and things like that, you know, it's personal to I was close to doing it a few years ago, but now they make you go through a bunch of classes to work through the psychological side before you can do it. That's great that they do that now because they didn't do it at the time when Mia was doing it.
No, I went through that too.
Oh, okay, you did. Okay.
But again, the people that are so let me start off by saying, Shirley, don't do it. That's just my personal opinion. Even though I had a really great experience, it's been 10 years. I've had no side effects, nothing. I've had a great experience. I'm in my second full-term healthy pregnancy, all of that. But I was not prepared for the emotional piece, and these psychologists have never been overweight and lost weight, so they don't know what they're talking about. Their focus is on addiction, is what I noticed, because they assumed that people that were overweight were addicted to food. So they, you know, it was always put into my head that once you lose the weight and you can't eat like you used to, you will now be at risk of becoming addicted to something else. So I came home from the hospital with pain meds. I didn't take them because I was scared, like, oh my God, I'm going to get, you know, addicted to Percocets. And I was totally freaked out. So, you know, you got to like shove a Tylenol down my throat now. So that's one thing that stuck with me. But I mean, 10 years later, I still don't work out. I had Oreos for breakfast this morning. It's, you know, it's a personal choice. Like, just be good to your body.
Hold on. I want you to understand something. Now, imagine me.
And it's not because I'm pregnant. I'm not eating Oreos for breakfast because I'm pregnant. I'm eating Oreos for breakfast because I like
it's not. But imagine me getting older. I'm older than her. I'm 35. My metabolism is moving different. I'm trying to keep myself together. And I come downstairs and this motherfucker's eating Oreos for breakfast.
It goes really good with iced coffee.
God damn. It
does, though.
So listen,
and I'm not advocating Oreos for breakfast, but that's just that's my reality.
So here's what was hard for me, right? Because and I'm gonna be frank. Like I have to be frank at the frame of mind that I was in at the time that I met her. Not now, but where I was at when I met her. So when I met her, I just saw this beautiful, thick, scrumptious lady. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing about her background or nothing like that. I just saw somebody and I met somebody because, when I met her, she was, bartending me for some events that I was doing. I won't say they was legit, but her bartending license was legit. So, I remember the day I met her, you know what I'm saying? She walked through the door and she had a different swag. So I was like, yo, she's not from around these parts at all. Like, where did you come from? Like, what UFO dropped you off? I thought I was going to get abducted by the end of the night. But here's the thing. He said, I hear you, Samia. I'm not even mad. Cake is good. Yeah, it sure is, ain't it? But here's the thing. So, like, and I was a different individual as well. I wasn't as grown as I am now. And, I didn't have all the effects, the effects that she's had on me in my life at that moment in time. So I appreciate her for being patient with me because I just couldn't get it. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't get it at the time. I was like, yo, what's the big deal? Like, okay, cool. Like you lost the weight. Because I remember the first time I saw a picture of her. And again, this is at the Dinner Club podcast. I'm very honest. You guys know this. So don't be on some corny shit with me right now. The first time I saw the picture of her, I literally thought it was like a family member or some shit. Like I didn't know. I mean, clearly it looked like her in the face, but I just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? We never had that conversation. It took me time to know that. And I was insensitive in the beginning because I'm like, what are you tripping about? Like, okay, cool. You got the surgery, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you did what you had to do to look better for yourself. And I didn't understand that verbiage was bothering her. But at the same time, I needed her to understand my frame of mind. I was only thinking about the health, the long-term effects, and I didn't know enough about the surgery. She didn't either. No one did at that time. But what I did know is that, losing weight is detrimental to putting some extra battery juice into your life. So I don't look at it as a beauty standard more than I look at it as a healthy standard. You understand what I'm saying? Because just the same way I believe that you can be too big for your health, to compromise your health, you can be too thin to compromise your health. Right. And I think that's the problem that we get lost in the sauce is that we only talk about one side of the spectrum now and not the hundreds of women out here hundreds of thousands of women out here because they live to a different standard than us guys. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know too many guys that did that surgery, and I know a few online that they're living it up. They're like, yo, bro, I'm out here, son. I'm out here. It's all gone. It's all gone.
Flexed up, baby.
So it took me some time to adjust to this over time. I had to learn to stop saying certain things. But like at the end of the day, like, well, God, I didn't know that person. I only knew what I met, and I appreciated what I met, and I had no disrespect for that person. But look, motherfucker, like, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, not acknowledge that you're beautiful. Now, every time I would acknowledge that she was beautiful, it almost felt like an attack to her old self. I'm not saying that wasn't. I'm not by no means saying that big women aren't beautiful. None of that shit. Because honestly, like people are beautiful in all different shapes and sizes. But here's my thing. Where do we get back to people just being able to have their individual preferences? Like I could think you're big and beautiful, but that doesn't mean that big and beautiful is for me. I could think you're thin and beautiful, but that doesn't mean that thin and beautiful is for me. I could think you're mocha and beautiful. I could think you're white and beautiful. I could think you're caramel and beautiful. I could think you're tan and beautiful, yellow and beautiful, whatever. But that doesn't mean that's just because I think that that's beautiful. That's my preference. I like mad flowers. Mad flowers are beautiful. But that doesn't mean that I'm just going to pick a rose because the rose is there. You know what I'm saying? So I think we convolute the conversation into people's beauty standards versus people's just personal preferences. Can I get a take on that?
But Shelly just hit the nail on the head, which was a huge thing for me, was that I'm the same person. And people prejudged me. Like, and I believe that that's why I lost friendships. And you know, my boyfriend at the time went crazy because he's like, oh my God, all of a sudden you lost weight. You're gonna like get this big head and you're gonna start, you know, doing all these things. And I'm like, you're lucky if you can get me to take a picture. I don't think I've ever taken a selfie. But when I was bigger, I loved myself. And I was like, I had, you know, living this great life. But now it's almost like, you get this attention and it puts you like in a shell. And again, they just don't, you know, and you're afraid of that people will treat you differently. And they did. Like I was 19. years old, and I'm like thinking I'm with the guy, the love of my life. I'm gonna be with him forever. And as soon as I stopped losing weight, he got very insecure, which turned into violence and a toxic relationship. They don't prepare you for that. No therapist talks to you about that. Friendships, people no longer want to hang out with you. They don't want you around their boyfriends and all of these like crazy things. And I'm like, we've been friends for 10 years. What do you mean? Why is this a thing? Like, it was hard.
So this is the part. Let me, because I got my masshole hat on today because people be acting crazy with me. So this is the masshole hat, ladies and gentlemen. When you see this hat, I have to keep it as real as I humanly can from the grittiest parts of the aspects of our region and our brain sometimes, especially as males. So here's the thing. I totally understand that she was the same person internally, but externally matters. It's just to a person's preferences, each individual's preferences, it matters. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it matters. It doesn't mean I could, because if that's the case, here's the thing. If that's the case, and if I have
we're talking about male attention.
No, I know, but I'm speaking from the male perspective. That's all. I'm just speaking from our perspective. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm just telling you from the male perspective. And I know it matters to women too. Like, some women are plus size women and they don't want a plus size guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happens all the time. But let me get a little deeper dive here. So I could see there is no trade-off for me. Like, there's too many people on the planet, and I found my one, but there's too many people on the planet for me to say, well, the person has a good personality, but doesn't match my physical whatever. The person has a good physical whatever, but doesn't match my personality. I believe that if you caught in that situation, you're just shopping at Quickie Mart. You're not really getting out here into the world and really searching, because a lot, there's been a study that shows that most people end up with lifelong partners based on their proximity, just their proximity. And if you never travel, then what's your proximity? It's the local love and all of that other stuff. So I'm not knocking it at all. And again, I'm not trying to be a jackass. I'm just being realistic that people have physical attractions that can usurp the mental shit sometimes, and vice versa. See, now that I'm older, I don't give a fuck about all that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad she's beautiful, but like now that I'm older and more mature, nigga, I need peace. You understand what I'm saying? So like, you can eat a hoagie, girl. Like, I don't give a fuck. I need peace. You understand what I'm saying? And people change over time. People change over time too. So we got to allow people to mature, especially men. We got to allow them to mature because the game is different. Like, we do think different. We do move at different frequencies. Hold on. I just want to bring in some of these comments real quick. I've been struggling with weight issue my whole life. I will not do the surgery because I have seen too many horror stories. I would love to be healthy and around my children. I'm afraid to be a different person and learn to love myself all over again. So here's my suggestion. By no means, if you don't want to do the surgery, that's fine. And I totally understand that. You don't want to take the risk. Everybody has to weigh their risk. And I'm not saying that listen, you can be happy with who you are. The most beautiful thing in life is being happy. If you're willing to accept the risk that comes with being larger, then that's your choice. That's your prerogative. Don't let the world move you all the time. You know what I'm saying? If you feel big and beautiful, then be fucking big and beautiful. But just understand that everybody has different preferences, and there are people out here who love big and beautiful. But people get so focused on the people who don't like what they like. Let me give you an example. I'm a little bit heavier now. I'm older. I'm bald, and I got a gap. There's plenty of motherfuckers that don't like that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You know what I care about? She likes it. She likes it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm focused on the person who likes the qualities that I have, physical and mentally. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not worried about the person who's nitpicking. You understand what I'm saying? Because once you get caught into that, there's always going to be more people nitpicking than there are going to be people actually taking their time to make the right choice. That's just a flaw of life. It's just a flaw of our human nature. Let me bring up another comment here. So Brandon brings up a great point. He said his mother had a gastric sleeve, and it made her go from a wheelchair to attending dance classes. Wow.
It improves your quality of life, and that is the real thing for some people.
Wow, that's amazing. Typecasted. Yeah, true. It happens all the time. When I lost 80 pounds, I would hear everyone say, you look good, so good now. It made me really hard to see same people. So here's, Shelly, what happens is what happens, and again, like, please don't. We're having a conversation. The dinner club is about having a conversation. So I like to have these. This is an adult platform. So I want you to understand that. I'm just telling you what happens. What happens is when a lot of people have that perspective of thinner is healthier and etc. It's not that they're making a judgment on you. It's that they're making a judgment on the fact that they think that that's making you happier. If people see you, let me put it like this, right? If you are busting your ass and working out, like you said, and you lost 80 pounds, what if no one said shit? What if we just didn't notice? We want to reward you for your effort.
It's the now part. You can't just say, wow.
Oh, shit, women. God damn it.
It's like, now? Now.
Goddamn women. Let me tell you something. You can tell me you look good now, you look good later, you look good yesterday, you look good today. Whatever the fuck it is, as long as you look good in there, I'm with it, baby. Let's get it.
It's the now. Y'all are being extra. Y'all the now. And it will be fine.
There you go. Shelly said it. I'm a thick lady and I love muscles. And guess what the irony is, Shelly? A lot of motherfuckers with muscles love the thick ladies. They like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this shit going. You understand? Look, I have preferences. Mia could be too small. So I'm glad that the surgery didn't affect her in a way where she got too small. I mean,
that's true. Because remember when I had Nyla and I was smaller than my pre-pregnancy weight because I was breastfeeding.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, are you eating enough? Are you getting enough? Are you taking your vitamins? Because I was like so skinny. And I was like, fuck you, dude. Like, breastfeeding hard.
That's right, baby. Gap teeth unite. Be the peace. That's right, Cheyenne. We need peace, nigga. So yeah, no, that's true. Like after she had the baby, she had dropped lower in weight than I've ever seen her drop. And it wasn't that it like again, I'm not gonna because I'm in love with her now. So once that peripheral matched the mental, now I've grown to the point where those two converge, and I've now met her soul. It doesn't matter now. She can get too big, too small, whatever. But that doesn't mean that I won't say like, hey baby, this steak and cheese might be popping tonight because I need them hams back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my wife. I can be honest and I love her enough. And if I'm getting fat, she got to tell me. She has to tell me. I want to know, nigga. Like, I want to know. As a male, I'm just telling you, I want to know. Now, obviously, I know the golden rule is men can't say shit to you. We can't say shit. It's just whatever you want, baby. You look great. But here's the problem that I have with that, right? And she knows this. Then you're encouraging us to lie. You're encouraging us to lie. We can't live in this bubble, in this fantasy. Now, will I relent to that sometimes? Absolutely. But sometimes I will not. Sometimes I'll be like, nah. Sometimes you can be like, yo, do you like this outfit? I'm not always going to say yes. Maybe I really don't. Maybe I'm like, because I want the same thing. If I'm trying on a jacket at the store, when I ask her, do you like this sports jacket? I'm not looking for a yes. I'm looking for the truth. So there is times to compromise, but there are times to say what you actually feel. You know what I'm saying? It's just a balance, but you have to have that kind of communication, and you have to be as open as we are to talk to each other to understand that that's a balance. It's a balance. We just had a conversation today, and we're always, soon as we find an even balance, our lives are so crazy where I'm doing this and she's doing that, and it's like, the seesaw's rocking again. And I had to let her understand that balance requires work. Nothing just stays balanced. It requires work to stay there. You know what I'm saying? So just because sometimes we're a little unbalanced doesn't mean that we're not here for each other or out of whack. You understand what I'm saying? That's important. I got no style anyways. Who, men? Hell no, we ain't got no style. Well, I don't know. Nowadays, these motherfuckers going ham. I have no style. I wear regular ass colors. When Mia met me, I wouldn't even get out of black and white. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was black hoodied up and shit. So I got none, zero, not a zilch. Now I got a little swag. You see my office here, girl. Don't be trying to play me. You see this swag back here.
For everybody, that's my baby sister. So we are old ladies to her.
So Shy's a perfect example because we talked about people who work for it, right? And Mia, as somebody who's had the surgery, actually appreciates the people who work for it more. I thought that was an interesting perspective to have from somebody that's an honest, very honest perspective to have from somebody who had the surgery, because she knows that she didn't necessarily have to work for it. Although I would argue that in some degrees you do, because again, you're dealing with lifelong implications. What I remember when she got pregnant with Nyla, one of the biggest things that she was told is that she might not be able to carry Nyla to term because of her surgery. Well, Nyla's here. I was always in the positive, like, fuck all that. They tell us a lot of shit. They told me I was gonna be dead by 21. I'm here, nigga. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we gotta, not be caught in those boxes. I want people to be honest, people close to me, though, not some weirdo from the street. Oh, of course. Brenda, I feel you. If some random motherfucker be like, girl, you fat, like, hey, nigga, wait, hey. Boop, boop, boop. So true. Balance requires work to stay there. Facts. I'm telling you, April. Right. I'm learning, girl. I'm learning. I wasn't always there. I was just like, I'm just gonna tip this scale. Fuck that. I was the bad. Yo, you see the lion, right? Well, if I was a lion and you had to turn it into a cat, I was the nigga always pushing shit off the shelf. Badass cat. Nah, I seen you dress Nyla laughing my ass off. Hold on, time out. Fat for a fact. You're right. I got a little swag because a few times I dressed Nyla though, y'all was complimenting it and thought Mia did it. I did that. So don't be trying to, you know what I mean? Y'all be hating sometimes. But I won't lie. Sometimes listen. I'm a guy. I can't dress a woman. Do y'all know the kind of shit that goes into y'all getting ready? This shit is crazy. Yo, bro, I be in the shower, boom, we done. I'm out. Like, let's go. I got my plain blue shirt on, black jeans, blue sneakers. Like, I need the shit to match in between, and that's it. We done, baby. We out. No. Not the ladies, but it is what it is. Gastric seem more like work to me. So, can't drink water while eating. That's tough.
And now, what's funny about that is like, Shelly, I remember you talking about that, like just the process and everything, and it sounded like a lot. It did sound like a lot, but either way, it was the fact that when you told me, I was like, hey, it's whatever you want to do. Like I support it either way, as long as you're healthy and happy with whatever the outcome is what's important. And I feel like that's kind of the overarching thing here is that although there's a lot of psychological things at play, there's a lot of what other people say, it all comes back to how you feel about yourself in your own skin. And then also with the person that you're involved with or love or care about, like you care about their opinion of you and your opinion of yourself. Like that's what I'm getting out of this conversation.
I will scream this from the mountaintops. Do not get any type of surgery. Do not put your body through that unless it has like health benefits. Like, don't do it just to lose weight. Do it because your blood pressure is going to go down, or like it'll actually make you healthier. Like someone said, their mom got out of a wheelchair. Now she's dancing, dance classes. Like that's a thing. Like I didn't have that. My thing was like, okay, well, I guess I should lose weight. I'm getting older. Like I could have went to the gym. I could have changed. I could have done all those things, and I took like a shortcut. It didn't change my health at all. I'm still the same, stats that I was before. But if it's gonna do something for you in a major way like that, by all means, explore your options. But do not do it just to lose weight.
That's a very that's a very interesting take, Shelly. Very interesting take. And see, that's why we're having this conversation, because most people have this conversation immaturely and they just go at each other instead of just being honest and sharing our perspectives and listening. This show's about having empathetic ears, you know what I'm saying? And actually listening to people. We don't want people to come on here and just agree with us. We actually are looking for people who disagree so we can actually sharpen our minds. The concept is steel sharpen steel. If we're both cotton, we're just fucking soft together. You understand what I'm saying? So we're not, right. You know what I mean? So that's a very interesting take on the HDHD because it's funny for me suffering from that a little bit. I find myself snacking just to compensate for my need to be doing something sometimes. So it's weird. So I just had to find ways to find different snacks that I like. Like I like tuna fish. So I just asked my wife today because I felt like, again, I was on this road to recovery and was doing good and healthy and everything. And then I slacked a little bit because I didn't realize that it wasn't just me working out inside the house that was making a difference, but it was me being able to leave the house that was making a difference, walking around and stuff. Right. So then I decided to ask her last night, like, babe, just get all that tuna out the thing and make a big ass thing of tuna. So when it's that nighttime, I'm gonna grab these crackers and snack because at least I can pick and choose my snacks when I get into those modes. Let's see. Can you describe the distinction between gastric and liposuction? So
Cheyenne,
hold on. I want to go back to the comment about her ADHD.
Oh, go ahead. Yep.
I'm so glad that she realized that at the time, because we all know, and I felt like this in my scenario, that a lot of medical things are about the money. And some people, including myself, could be easily persuaded to do that. So I'm really glad that you didn't. And then to Chan's question, I know Shy answered it, but yeah, same thing. Like, so there's different types of weight loss surgeries. The one that I had was called gastric bypass. And what they did was they literally went inside and moved my organs around, shoved my intestines somewhere up in there, and made my stomach from the size of my fist to the size, it's now the size of my thumb. So you literally can only eat so much. And my stomach can absolutely be stretched out, and I can gain all that weight back. It's not like that can never happen. That's different. I don't know anything about liposuction. It sounds scary and it freaks me out.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't advocate for that either.
I do know some people that have had it, and it's essentially just the sucking of the fat from that layer in between your skin and your muscle.
And then what do you do with all that loose skin? You gotta cut it off. Yeah,
depending on how like stretched it is. Yeah, some people do actually have to get the skin removed or cut, or but
people
some have
around with no belly buttons because they had a tummy tuck and all that.
Yeah. Some of it's crazy. Some of it's kind of like, whoa. And no offense to anyone who may have that or whatever, but it's, you got, there's some things that you're like, wait, if I saw a different belly button or something like that, you might be taken aback because it's not what you're used to seeing, right?
So check it out, right? So this segues into the final aspect of this discussion, right? So I think we've all had some healthy discussion here, and I think that we've all been able to share our perspectives, our preferences, our outlooks, and all of that without anyone feeling disrespected. Because by no means do we want anybody to feel that way. But here's where it boils down to, right? Because Adele's birthday photo is all over social media, but some say complimenting her body is fat phobic. Here's my thing. That was Adele's choice to take that journey. So let Adele decide that.
Right.
I think that we have to get back to if the person appreciates their weight loss, then let's applaud them. If a person appreciates their weight gain, then let's applaud them. We don't have to fucking sit around. Like, people know what their health issues are. People go to the doctor. Women have OBs. Guys go get their physicals. We know what time it is. We don't need everybody else speaking on our shit all the time. We have to get back to being comfortable with to each their own.
Right.
That's my main thing here. You understand what I'm saying? We have to get back to understanding that when people lose weight and then you put something out there into the public eye, that people that like people who lose weight are going to say something. When people gain weight and you put something out there into the public eye, the people that like that you gain weight are going to say something too. Now, we can't control if there's more of one of the other. We can't control that. But you have to at least be aware enough to understand that's the nature of life. You understand what I'm saying? And you got to stop giving a shit. And really, at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, is the person, whoever's making their choice, whether they choose to be big, whether they choose to be skinny as hell, whether they choose to be somewhere in the middle, are they happy with themselves?
But what is fat phobic? That's right, the first time I've ever heard this term. And for me, it reminded me of like when I was 18 and 300 pounds, and dudes would try to like keep you in the closet because it's like, oh, I can't be seen with a fat girl, or I can't let my boys know that that's my type and I like it BBW and all that. And then all of a sudden it became a thing because Drake made a song and now it's acceptable, to the public eye. So to me, that's what fat phobic is like. Right. But that, to me, that's your own insecurity. That you're afraid to, tell people what your preference is. You're afraid
that's all I'm saying here. Like, we're playing this game of words, and like we're really getting to the point where we're giving words meanings that they don't even mean. Like, somebody's saying that I appreciate your physical body because based on my preferences, that's what I like, doesn't make them phobic of the other end.
Right.
It makes them appreciative of what they fucking like.
And here's the other thing. You have some people that just prefer that from that person. So like someone can look good on the bigger end of the scale, and someone could look horrible on the skinnier side. I've seen women that had weight lost it, and then I'm like, whoa, now your head don't fit your body, and that looks odd. Like
You got the bobble.
just like, doing that. So, I mean, but like that just goes to show that it's not always just a body type thing. It is sometimes how it fits that person, their personality, how they carry themselves, how they dress themselves, how they interact in society at large. It's not just your weight, because there's a lot of fiends out there that look great physically and they're terrible. You know what I mean? So
Amy, I think you hit this one straight on the head. Like, just let people do what makes them fucking happy. Like I said, like, listen, and I have to tell you this. This is from a person who didn't always represent that. You know, when she talked about, you know, guys who were like, I can't be letting people know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here, you know, like that, because we were raised in a certain way, you know what I'm saying? And then you got these people who are afraid. Those males were weak because they were afraid to be themselves.
Right.
It wasn't a knock on you. It was a knock on the fact that these people were afraid to be themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because of societal standards and societal pressure. But let me tell you a secret, everybody. Here's a secret. My life got a whole lot better when I stopped giving a fuck about what you think about me and just start thinking about what I think about myself and letting you experience this. You understand what I'm saying? All you can do is enjoy this experience. I don't really honestly give a fuck what you think about me. I give a fuck what she thinks about me. I give a fuck what he thinks about me. The people in my life, my actual
circle
life that I'm in this circle with, that are actually holding me accountable and to a standard to be a better person. But everybody else, like, fuck out of here. Like, live your life, yo. If you came to me and tomorrow and was like, yo, if you was a guy and you was like, yo, I'm gonna Caitlyn Jenner my shit, bro. Like, I will do what the fuck you want to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to be into what you do for you to be into what you do. Do what you want to do. You hit me up tomorrow and you say I'm a mermaid. I'm gonna sing Under the Sea, nigga. Like, what do you want
exactly.
I'm just gonna cheerlead whatever your decision is. And it now, the only time I will say something is if you tell me your decision is detrimental to you, then I'm gonna, because you're now inviting me in to have an opinion on what I think might be safest for you. But I'm gonna wait for you to let me in. I'm not just gonna fucking kick your door.
And here's the other end of that. People have to realize that once you open that door for that person to give their perspective, don't hate them for telling you what they truly think, but try to enlighten them or educate them if you feel like they may be misdirected. Don't get offended immediately. Try to figure out, is this coming from a place of care and love, or are you straight up just hating that? You know what I mean? Like, discern the difference.
Yeah, and Brenda, I'll add on to that. I will go as far as to say it's not even about finding the people who support me. It's finding the people who help in a healthy manner will support me and critique me. Can give me constructive.
You got to build your village
and not be a hater. You know what I'm saying? Because we all need criticism. I wouldn't be the man I am today. You guys see me all the time. Come on here. I say it in front of my wife. My wife watches the show. I was a womanizer. I didn't give a shit. I didn't know anything about loyalty or being loyal at all. I did not give a shit. I was out here playing the game. That's all I ever knew. And this woman challenged me. This is the only woman in life, period, that I've ever been this faithful to and ever will be. Like, period. Because, like, I don't give a shit. Like, if she leave me, it's over for y'all out here. I just want to let y'all know, nigga. It's over. I'm not getting committed to nothing. But this right here changed everything. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm being honest.
I feel it. I feel you.
Because I'm telling you, like, I'm convinced that, like, this is it. You understand what I'm saying? And I've committed my life to it. And I got to tell some of you guys that you got to listen. People are so afraid to take L's in life. It's ridiculous that you won't even go try to find. You won't go through the process of dating and meeting someone and it failing just for you to find the right person. Right. You feel like you're wasting your time. No, you're wasting your time if you already saw the signs early and then you stuck the fuck around. Don't do that to yourself. You know, you try on shoes, right? If them shits hurt, you take it the fuck off. You take it off. You're not gonna walk around and get blisters and shit. And if you do, you're crazy. Don't get blisters. You understand what I'm saying? Be free with yourself. Love yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Again, like I said at the top of this, the first thing you must do before you judge anybody about anything or decide anything, and before you want to tell me about whether you're fucking straight, gay, black, white, purple, green, the first thing I want to know is what kind of human being are you? I don't give a fuck about the rest of that.
Right.
You could be a black asshole, a white asshole, a purple asshole, a gay asshole, a mermaid asshole. If you're an asshole, I'm not fucking with you. If asshole's in it, I'm not fucking with you. But if you're a great person, a great black person, a good white person, a good white person, a good black person, a good mermaid, a good fucking seagull, whatever, then you're good. You can squaw all over the beach. I don't give a fuck. All right, are you good?
Right? But just be good. That's it.
Self-love is
And
important.
that's the point, is who you are as a person. That's absolutely the point.
It is good that they're actually, because I was actually debating that. It is good, Shelly, that they're starting to portray larger bodies, and I'm comfortable with myself, and I love seeing hot BBWs. It's true. Because, like, listen, trust me. Even though I have a preference, that doesn't mean listen, preferences fluctuate too. Trust me. So even though I have a standard, a generic preference, right there.
I was not your preference.
He did this. He did that. I'm a generic preference.
Before me. I don't look like them. I'm not your preference.
You're crazy. That was my climb to my preference. That was me settling. What the fuck?
There you go. He was settling until he hit you.
Settling. That was as close as I could get. You hit 100. That was as close as I could get. I was like 65,
all right.
70,
yeah,
and 100.
Settle down.
Don't tell me to that. Okay.
She gonna get off here with a big head. Like, yeah, I'm 100. I'm 100.
I wanted Pocahontas.
But no, to Kelly's comment, like, I miss my size fashion. Like, I miss it because things fit better. So now, yes, I'm smaller, but my breasts don't fill out the same way. My hips don't fill out the same way. And I'm not, like, my stomach's not flat. So I'm not walking around in, like, the cute little belly shirts. I'd much rather have on, a fitted dress and be like, ba-boom up top. But I don't get none of that anymore.
But see, that's the problem. But see, now here's where the problem is, right? So, and I try to get her to understand this all the time. Okay, so granted, I understand that's how you feel individually for yourself. And I respect that. But I want you to always understand, I say this to you all the time. Lon, I don't give a fuck. I love you for what I got, nigga. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, who's to say if them shits did fill out, I might not like that. Nigga, I'm like, nah, nigga, your boobs are blocking the TV. Move, nigga.
And I appreciate that, but I don't, like, people look at me and think like they don't see what's underneath. And it's like, I wear a girdle and I wear a padded push-up bra because that's what makes me feel good at the size that I am. I never wore a girdle before. I never had to do any of that stuff.
I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. I'm still gonna motorboat.
He said,
Ah!
I hate him. Who let this man in?
Yo, listen, man.
But I do see a side note that Renee wants to talk to me a little more. I don't know if we can bring her on or if she just wants to ask questions now.
Not for sure.
Again, I love talking about this.
Tyson, send her the link. Send her the link and just tell her if she doesn't want to be on camera. All she has to do is make sure that she doesn't activate it. That's all.
All right.
You can send her the link. And in the meantime, anybody else who might want to, jump in here and chime in, absolutely. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what the Dinner Club podcast is all about. And again, like, I know it'd be weird because, like, fuck, we're not the atypical guys. Like I just posted earlier, y'all got to stop this whole movement of like all men are trash and all this other shit if you're just shopping at the fucking dump. Like, nah, we're not all trash. Some of us literally cannot learn if you don't give us the ability to make a mistake in a conversation so you can educate us, and vice versa. We can't learn if you won't talk to us. You understand what I'm saying? Without fighting us. You understand what I'm saying? I've learned a lot today. I've learned absolutely a lot today from this conversation, and I'm going to continue to learn stuff, and I really appreciate you guys. You understand what I'm saying? Shelly, come on now. Shelly, no. Like, there's been plenty of times I've seen Shelly, I'm like, girl, that dress is fire. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And what's crazy is that, and it's crazy is that dress probably wouldn't have looked this fire on some skinny mini. So I appreciate things for what they are. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And even the ones, I used to hate the ones that be outside and some shit that they probably don't fit. But that's your fucking choice, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, again,
I've learned
to literally just let people be what I'm thinking of the surgery, but then I wonder, would that make me love me anymore? And I wonder if I need to love myself for who I am or get surgery and fit in because I feel like people look at me as a
You know what you need to do, Tiana? best friend of 20 years, stop smoking cigarettes. Then come talk to me.
Oh, she brought the smoke. Oh,
She's
shit.
literally
Literally the smoke. She brought the nicotine.
I'm bringing it. I love you. And that's what I'm saying.
And Tiana, like, listen, the number one thing is, are you good with you? Be good with you, then find someone that's good with you.
Right.
The problem is when, especially for women, I love y'all, but y'all tend to get caught up with, I'm not good with me because somebody else isn't good with me.
Right.
I'm not good with me because I'm not the standard of what they show on the TV or whatever. Who wants to be vanilla all the fucking time? Like, I like flavors, nigga. Like, this is life has been in Jerry's, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy the flavors. And trust me, somebody out here is addicted to your flavor. Mm-hmm. And if you decide to make a change, somebody's going to be addicted to that flavor.
Right. There's something for everybody.
You throw some caramel on that sundae, somebody's going to love a caramel sundae. You throw a banana split in that bitch, somebody's going to love a banana split. There are people out here into all kind of shit. Y'all don't see foot pics popping all hit this motherfucker. I don't understand. I don't understand the foot pic shit, but it's popping. Niggas out here loving toes. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Best friend of look at all this. Look at this love.
You will love yourself when you treat yourself better. Like, and then it'll exude naturally. Like when you start feeding your body with better ingredients, when you start, just treating your body better. And for me, my turning point was when I had Nyla naturally. I never imagined that I could do that. I was in fear my entire pregnancy that I was going to lose her at some point. But it's like, I will never underestimate what my body can do after doing that. So it's like, if I want to feel better, I'll work out. That's natural endorphins. I'll put better things into my body. I won't smoke cigarettes. I won't drink alcohol. Like, all of those things are toxic. And then you'll automatically have this glow to you. It'll just, because you'll feel it from the inside out. It won't be just your appearance. Your outside appearance doesn't change. You could dress up as much as you want. It doesn't change how you feel about yourself on the inside. Mm-hmm.
True, Brendan, love yourself above all. Don't worry about what anybody says. That's, my wife, man, telling you, don't y'all see why I married this motherfucker? Like, damn, man. Mm-hmm. I was an angry, bitter motherfucker when I met this motherfucker. Like, why are you always smiling? Go over there. I'm dying out here in these streets. And you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like, the smiles are legit now. Like, I remember people coming up to me. Shelly was the person that used to say it. Like, I don't know how she got with a motherfucker who never smiles. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that was her flavor at the time. And then she got me to smile. And now she's really into it. You know what I'm saying? Because I still give her that stone cold face. I'd be like, nigga, what? And it's interesting. Like, and this is why, we care about people and we want to have these conversations, because this was only supposed to be a 15-minute conversation on this topic. And this shit blew by when we having good time with people and having real conversation, because now we're at the hour and 3-minute mark, and I'm not going to stop it. Yeah. If this is what we're going to be talking about today, we're going to be talking about. And yeah, of course, girl, listen. Mia loves you. She talks about you all the time. Mia loves all her friends. The one thing that hurts Mia the most is like feeling like she's losing distance with any of her friends. One thing that she prides is that her mother still has all of her childhood friends in her life. So, if you could do anything, man, make sure that you always stay in contact with each other, even if this platform's the thing that reignites you guys talking more steady. I mean, I know you guys talk anyway, but you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But like, even more than that, you know what I mean? About these kind of things. Because sometimes we get into hitting our friends up and we don't go into these things. You know what I'm saying? We just go for the fluffy shit. Like, work's good. Right. Life's good. No, we got to start having these hard conversations with each other, for real. And again, like, shout out, all you women that's tuned in right now, you know what I'm saying? And understand that this is a male platform, quote unquote, that is attacking an issue that we knew that a lot of females are struggling with. And we just want you to know from the male perspective that guys love fucking everything. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, we like there's a guy out there for everything. You understand what I'm saying? And you got to stop worrying about what we want and worry about what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one thing I love about Mia. The thing that attracted me to Mia most is because I used to attract people based on all my negative traits. And like, I would whoop somebody's ass and be like, girl, look, girl, I fucked that dude up. Oh, and she'd be like, did you have to? That's so bad. I would literally, my mind would like, because I was only dealing with the thought pockets. And guess what? Thought pockets are for somebody too. Thought pockets are for somebody too. But if I really wanted what I said I wanted, which is my Pocahontas, look at this motherfucker. She looked like she came from just around the river bend. Cheyenne showing love. She didn't like me at first, nigga. None of these motherfuckers did.
He said, I know what's up.
And listen, like people have watched us, especially like, the close family. I'm very candid about this because I want people to understand that, like, because people get this, like, I appreciate my brother Brandon and all these kids who call us the royal couple. And if you feel that way, I appreciate that. But understand, even the royal family has shit going on. You know what I'm saying? We argue about shit. We have disagreements. This shit is not sweet all the time. But the thing is that, especially me, I've accepted ebbs and flows. I've accepted them both. And I'm willing to go through the storm to enjoy the beautiful clear skies afterwards. And so is Mia. You understand what I'm saying? So we can always work things out. And that's the thing. We understand letting the moment be the moment. You can let her rock, babe. Letting the moment be the moment. So and we don't let the moment be the legacy. You understand what I'm saying? Because we started something here that we can't. I'm not fucking letting go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make sure that she's comfortable and good with me. Like, when I got on my workout kick, it started out as as on my weight loss journey right now, because I've still lost a little weight. I just noticed one thing about when you start losing weight, you could notice when you gained anything back, anything. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, I was like, yo, nigga, that chin's getting a little thick, bro. You getting that 35 turkey neck right there. Like, you gotta stop eating all these turkey sandwiches. Let me see what's going on here. Let's just check some of these Pocahontas. That's right. I'm telling you, that's my just around the river bend. What's on my baby's face? Food. I'm just pretending Nyla is waving at me. She's waving at all y'all. Right. She's waving at all y'all. Oh, you said mommy's lipstick. So peep the game. Like, when I started again, because sometimes people don't understand that this is an issue for men as well. Men face body standards too. You understand what I'm saying? But let me tell you, the I don't give a fuckness of men is higher.
Yeah.
We'll be like, yeah, dog, had them abs when I was 17. Like, I ain't seen an ab. I ain't seen an ab since 1995. But you know what I'm saying, nigga? I'm gonna eat this pizza. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
And at some point, you gotta have that I don't give a fuckness to yourself too. Now, when I started working out, two things. I'm getting older. I have a torn Achilles, and I wanted to be able to keep up with my children. That was the main thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing. And I said a couple of things, but that's one category. Wanted to be able to keep up with my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to always say that to me. Like, I was concerned about having more children because my Achilles was torn. I got a bad knee, fucked up back. I'm getting old. I feel it. Like, I'm only 35. I put a lot of miles on the speedometer by some of the conflicts that I've gone through in life. I got deviated fingers, all kind of shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm 35, but I probably got the body of a 45-year-old because I've been out here doing dumb shit. So I want to put more miles on the speedometer. And two, to be honest, like, I didn't like what I was seeing. I still, I'm still looking at certain things, but at least I'm doing it for myself. And my wife don't mind. Trust me, she don't mind. So it just is what it is. But I also appreciate having a wife who just doesn't give a shit. She loves me for me, and that's where I'm at with her. It might have started off with me being shallow in the sauce, but she's always gonna be my Pocahontas. If she blew the fuck up to Shamu right now, it is what it is. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm a whaler, nigga. I'm New Bedford Whalers. We out here. You feel what I'm saying?
After baby number 2, I might.
Yeah. So I don't believe that. You're gonna be straight.
Facts, but y'all low key emotional. There's no low key. There's no low key. Your sister's low key.
Yeah.
Your sister is low key. I'm high key. Do you hear my voice on this podcast? I'm high key as fuck. I've actually learned to be low key for her. You know what I'm saying? For her sake. I be wanting to bring the smoke. I do not avoid no smoke, nigga. I will throw wood in the fire all day. I remember one time in particular, because we used to live downstairs at Park Street. I remember one time in particular, we was arguing about something. I don't even remember what it was. We was arguing about something, and I heard her sister yelling from upstairs in the other apartment.
That's right.
Like, shut the fuck up.
You know you lying
That's
you're loud.
that's the lounge level.
Yo, bro, I had flashbacks of an elevator and shit. Nigga. This is before we got married and everything. I was like, if you don't shut up, little girl, I'm a grown ass man. Grown ass man. I was salted, nigga. They had me. I was salted.
Yo.
But then Cheyenne learned the hard way, you know what I'm saying? That like I might be a little rough around the edges, whatever, but I legitimately care. Like she said, you know, y'all act like y'all don't give a fuck, but then y'all give a fuck. Yeah, absolutely. I give all fucks. That's my problem. You know what I'm saying? And it was hard to give all fucks and live in an environment where I grew up where people didn't. So I had to grow this callus. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're working out, you had to grow these calluses over your body. So you know what I'm saying? But I tell you right now, she ain't playing when it comes to her sister. She was about to bring the smoke. I was like, shut the fuck up. And let me tell you something, Angie, her mom is cool as a cucumber because she sat through all the shit, okay? And she would just be like, guys, all right? And I got to appreciate Angie, like, because understand something, like, to me, I was just some nigga that was just out here, you know what I'm saying? I was like, she could just be like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are you doing here? Da-da-da. But she had a lot of patience with me. I never had people who had so much patience with me, and that's what gave me some room to move, you know what I'm saying, and change. So I appreciate that.
For sure.
Don't mess with my sis. Nah, fuck that. Don't mess with don't mess with my wife.
Boom.
Ring game. I put a ring on it, nigga.
Right.
Nah, I'm just playing. So, you know, I'm bringing Renee up right now. I'm gonna let Renee and Mia have some dialogue. We really appreciate you guys tuning in, man.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. I'm gonna be sharing some stuff and let these ladies take over. It's the ladies' moment right now. Take over, ladies.
Hey.
Hey guys, I can't hear my Bluetooth, so I don't know what the problem is now. Like, I got you on video finally, but the Bluetooth's not working. I can't hear anything.
Okay. We can hear you.
Well, she can't hear you. Say we can hear you. Just type a message to her and tell her to turn the Bluetooth off. It's cool.
Yep. Turn.
Mother Teresa. She is not. Motherfucker.
Got the Oregon Ducks popping.
We will still tag team your ass.
Dropping elbows from the top rope.
I've always been outnumbered out here, man. It's been ovaries everywhere. I'm fucked.
I think we get all right. She just opened the message now, so
I can't hear.
Okay.
Can you hear now?
I can barely hear you guys. I don't understand why.
Turn. Is it volume up?
Is your volume up? Is your volume
up?
Oh, she logged out. All right, well, we'll see if we can get her back. Maybe if she logs back in, it might help or whatever. Yeah. But again, like end of the story is love yourself, man. Appreciate yourself, man. Don't live up to society standards. Society's a fucking illusion. This idea of perfection is an illusion. You understand what I'm saying? Like perfect is what you are. It's just period. If you're good with it, and if it's not healthy for you, then it's your choice to make those choices. But understand that some people, if you inform people of it not being healthy, if you choose to inform people about something that's a risk to your health, then expect that people are going to care about you enough to say something, and you have to take that criticism as long as it's not hate. You understand what I'm saying? Renee, can you hear us now?
I can hear you. I just hope you don't get feedback since it's not on the headphones.
Nope. You're outside, so it's perfect.
Okay.
Oh no, you're fine.
So I'm gonna just let you and Mia talk. I'm gonna dive out of here for a second. You ladies have fun.
No, I was gonna say because I saw the post that she made the other day about what was it? The post that you made about the woman saying that she lost all the weight, and people were commenting about it. And it's funny because about 2.5 years ago, I went to a doctor about a weight loss, surgery type thing, and talking to him because I'd gone my whole life never having weight issues. And then all of a sudden I, got, past college and that kind of thing. And I started having more issues and it started slowly coming on. And so I talked to this doctor and he was like, okay, well, there was all these, checks and balances a way to do before we could do the surgery and that kind of thing. Yeah. And one of the things he wanted me to do was to do a whole diary thing of what I was eating. So I was like, to me, it doesn't make any sense why I'm where I'm at. I was like, I've never had issues. It was just never an issue for me. And so I came back with the diary and he's like, yeah, this isn't possible. He's like, there's no way that you're eating this and where you're at now. And I was like, well, that's what I'm telling you. That's why I'm here. And so it's funny, in the process of that, I ended up in the hospital for a heart condition that I've had my whole life, and then ended up having 3 surgeries to try and fix it. And after the 3rd surgery and talking to my cardiologist, he's like, you know what? He's like, I went in because I was having problems with an irregular heartbeat that causes it to like race, and it's almost like it's having a heart attack kind of thing. But then he told me that he's like, for the most part, he's like, your heart is actually beating too slow all the time. He's like, so your metabolism has actually been affected by this, which explains why he's like, it doesn't matter what you do. He's like, you're not losing weight. He's like, you could eat like almost nothing and still like not lose weight, because anything you are eating, your body's just holding on to everything because there's no metabolism there. And so it's funny, I mean, because like I said, I talked to the first doctor and he like essentially like called me a liar. I was like, look, like there's reasons, like people look at people and they're like, oh, well, they must be eating, you know, a whole ton of crap. And obviously they don't care about themselves. And it's so funny because like I said, since I grew up not having weight issues, I never had issues with how I looked. Like I was just always one of those people, I was happy with myself. I never had anything like that. And all of a sudden I had people tell me, they're like, oh, well, you've got a pretty face.
Like, what does that even mean? I know, I get it.
I'm like, wow, really? I'm like, oh, gosh, like, okay, well, I pretty much always thought the same thing, but you know, I'm still the same person I was when I was back when I was a size 6. Like, I haven't changed. My person, it's funny because people like
expect you to. People expect you to, and that's their own insecurities, I think.
Right.
And in your case, and if anyone else is experiencing this, I would say you're hiring your doctor. So get 2, 3, 4, 5 opinions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That make you feel better, because some doctors, it's like surgery is a quick, easy thing for them to do that brings them a lot of money. So you want to make sure that your doctor is right for you. You know, you have to take control of the decisions that you're making for your body. Educate yourself in that sense, you know?
I just thought, like I said, I mean, I thought it was really interesting when you posted it the other day, because I know it's like something that obviously women think about a lot, but it's not something that like people have public discussions on. Like, yeah, you don't talk about it. It's just, you know, you go through it, you deal with it, you do what you have to do, but it's not something that like we talk about. Even like between us, like with our friends, a lot of times we don't talk about this shit.
And I do, you know, part of that post was the woman that wrote it was stating how people, you know, said that she was so powerful. And for me personally, losing weight, it didn't make me feel powerful because I didn't work for it. But I have, you know, a friend that can do a plank for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Sarah Murray of Heartbeats Kitchen can do a plank for 5 minutes. And I'm like, fuck, I can't even do it for fucking 5 seconds.
But the point is, like, you've been the same person the whole time.
But that's powerful. She's powerful in her own regard.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She can do that. And that's great for her body. Mommy. So she should feel powerful. If doing 5-minute planks every day makes her lose weight, absolutely, that is fucking badass and powerful. And Shelly, she can deadlift. That's fucking powerful. I can't do none of that. So I don't want people to put that on me. Like, oh, you're so strong, you're so this, you're so that. Like, oh, no. I didn't do none of that. Like I said, I ate Oreos for breakfast. And it just is what it is. Every physical body is different.
Right.
And no 2 people are going to react the same. Someone can go get gastric bypass surgery tomorrow. You know, I know a gentleman, a male, that got it around the same time that I did. And 10 years later, the lining of his stomach has eroded. And now his, you know, the insides of his stomach are leaking out to the rest of his body, and it's causing him major health problems. That could happen to me any day.
Right.
It hasn't. And again, I've had a really great experience, but some people don't.
Yeah, I know. I had a friend that she did it, God, probably almost 15, 20 years ago. And she was she just had so many problems afterwards. It was just really crazy.
I know. And that's why you really have to make an informed decision on what's best for you. I had the surgery, but I will always be completely against it unless it's medically necessary.
Right.
If it's just to lose weight, we'll figure it out. If you're I will walk every day with you if that's gonna help you. But I don't want to see anybody go under the knife, go under anesthesia.
Right.
There's so much risk to it, and again, there's things that come after it. Like someone very close to me also had weight loss surgery, and now a few years later they need a tummy tuck because they have so much loose skin that it's affecting. So that's another dangerous surgery that now I'm in fear because it's somebody close to me, and but that's something that's gonna make her happy, so she's gonna do it. That's an elective surgery. But the initial weight loss surgery, unless it's medically necessary, I just don't recommend it, and that's just my personal.
No, I totally get that.
Even though I had a great experience, I'm still having a great experience. But there's just so many complications.
Well, like I said, I mean, I had gone to see the doctor because like I told him and I told my parents when I talked to them about it, I said, I'm doing everything that I know to do. I said, and it's not making a difference. I said, so at this point I was like, I feel like I need to go see a doctor. And now that I've like seen like the side of it, like through my cardiologist. And I mean, there's other things that we're going to work on now because now I don't necessarily feel quite as like inclined. Like maybe there's other things that we can do to work on it. But like it's like I said, it's been interesting because I've seen lots of discussions recently about it, and it's like I said, it's just not something that's normally talked about. That people are just like, And
the thing is, no matter what you're deciding to do, you have to have the patience to actually see results. Like you can't work out for 30 days and think that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a life.
You gotta give yourself like a year. You have to be committed for a year. Like they say, when women have a baby, they gain up to 40 pounds in 9 months. It's going to take you 9 months, if not 18 months, to lose that weight. It's the same thing. Like you have to give your body time to adjust and actually see changes. And when you're doing it every day, other people will notice before you do.
Right.
And that's just how it is. It's just human nature. But yeah, you got to give yourself time. And a lot of people don't afford themselves that. And that's why it's like, oh, okay, it didn't work. Let me just go get the surgery. I'll lose weight faster. I lost weight wicked fast in like weeks. And it was like an instant transformation. And again, I felt nothing. I felt no attachment to it because I didn't work hard for it. But I feel like there's so much more satisfaction that would come out of it if you did, and you allowed yourself the time to experience and see the results that you actually want to see. And then it's an ongoing process. Right. Because you start working out, you start eating healthy. The minute you stop, like muscle memory is a thing. You will go back, you will gain back so easily. Like it's a lifestyle change. It really is. It is a complete lifestyle change. And your body can handle it. You can do it. You just have to allow yourself to feel it and trust yourself and have that strength and reach out for help when you need it. If you need a personal trainer, invest in that instead of getting your nails done, or invest in it instead of going out to eat once a week. Like it's a lifestyle change, and there is some sacrifice that comes with it, and it damn sure is not easy. People will tell me like, oh, well, surgery that's not an easy way out. I say it is, because I had an easy experience. But for some people, they're like, no, you did this, you did that. And I'm like, nope, I don't see it. I wish I went to the gym. 10 years later, I wish I took my ass to the gym. Because I would still maintain that lifestyle.
Right. Yeah.
But now I'm like, dang, I gotta work out. Like I gotta at least walk every day. I don't even do that.
Yeah.
I
think it's interesting how people like you said, how people view they view, how they judge, what they think. Like, even like I said, even just going to the doctor, and how he's like, oh, there's no way you're doing this. I'm like, seriously, are you kidding me? So I mean, it's, and I know it's like totally on us to, like, we have to be happy with ourselves. Like I said, that was never a problem for me. I was like, going to the doctor because I was like, obviously I know that this isn't healthy. I was like, but so I'm going, I'm like, okay, I'm doing everything I know to do, so I'm going to finally go see a doctor. But now I've even got a doctor saying, oh, well, this can't be true. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, it's not bad enough you get it from like people around you that don't know you and don't know your story or whatever. And that's like, whatever, like it's pretty easy most of the time to ignore the people. When you've even got doctors going, oh, well, that can't be right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, sure.
And that's why my husband and I, and everyone around us, if you're around us, you know that we live by the village mentality. And if the doctor is not supporting you in the way that you need to be supported, you find a new doctor that fits in your village mentality.
Right.
So I have a quick question because Samia, you tapped into something that was interesting. You talked about that you would still be living that lifestyle. So are you saying like that you kind of wish you had developed that habit set, that kind of working out, the discipline and all of that, and that would be, more beneficial to where you are now versus the kind of easier route?
Absolutely. Because yes, I am a healthy weight, but am I eat Oreos for breakfast. That is not a rare occasion.
Right.
So do I lead a healthy lifestyle? No.
I love
it.
Yeah.
I don't work out. I don't eat salad every day. I don't eat vegetable. Like, you can tell my kid doesn't eat vegetables.
See, that's when I brought my my diary to the doctor, like, it's salad like every night. Like, it's salad with some shrimp thrown on it. I'm like, shrimp is going wild. It's like, that's like the extra.
Yeah.
Like,
going
but if I started out like, and again had that, like, okay, if I set myself up the right way and said, I want to treat my body better. I want to love myself more. How do I do that? I get an exercise routine.
Right.
I, eat healthier. And it's harder now. Like, I wish I did it when I was younger. Just like I wish I started saving money earlier. It would have been a lot easier at 19 than it is at 33. Now I'm like, I gotta fit a 30-minute walk into my day. I'm pregnant. I got a kid. I gotta work. My husband gotta work. Like, all these things, and it's like, oh, I gotta eat. I should be buying organic food. I can't afford that all it's expensive. To buy chicken off a farm, it's $15 a pound. I have a friend that runs Da Silva Farm, and her chicken is her organic, naturally, all that jazz chicken is $15 a pound. I can go to Stop and Shop and get it for $1.99 a pound.
Right.
But if I've been doing it, I wouldn't even think twice about it.
Right.
So it's harder to change the habits. In my experience, it's harder for me to change those habits and come into that lifestyle at the older I am. But again, my village, I told my sister's 21. So she might be a little bit older now. I don't know.
She might be a little bit older.
She's in her 20s. She's in her early 20s.
She's like 12.
She leads a very healthy lifestyle. So I learn a lot from her. So as her being part of my village, I said, I need to treat my skin better. What does she get me for my birthday? She said, you need to drink more water. Here is your all natural skincare routine.
Yeah.
She got me started on the right foot. Why? Because she's part of my village and she's supporting that.
22,
Sorry.
Sis.
You still my baby. I don't care how old she is.
She think you still 12, dog. She be like, my baby, my baby.
Right. She about 12.
But again, that just goes to show, like, having these supportive people around you. She could have brought me the double chocolate cake that I wanted for my birthday, but no, she brought me an all natural skincare and hair care routine.
Yeah.
And one of the things to remember is, like, okay, so changes in learning is a lifelong experience. Sometimes people when I hear people ask when is the good things or the bad things going to stop, never. You're here. You understand what I'm saying? So
It's life.
yeah, it's life. Changes are a lifelong experience. You understand what I'm saying? It's ebbs and flows. But one thing that people also have to understand too is, and especially me now, age is a factor too on our ability to lose weight or not. So, you know, if you can do it younger in life, do it ASAP while your metabolism's firing on all cylinders. Because right now we would have to take like how many pills and we don't really know what the hell is in them to get our metabolism going. Next thing you know, I got an 11th toe and shit, but I'm fucking 150 pounds. Like, how the fuck that going to work?
I think also, it is easier when you're younger, absolutely. But it's never too late. Like you still have 50 years left of your life. Like, get it going, girl.
Yeah, so start now. And adjust to what your age is, you know, like find out, do some work on, you know, find out what, because again, like what happens too is it's like find something that you can cater to yourself. You know what I'm saying? I find that working out is all about doing things that you actually enjoy. So like, I'm not a runner. I hate running, distance running, all of that. Get out of here. But something that's just as effective for cardio is I'm a fighter. So I go downstairs and I hit that heavy bag and I can spend 30 minutes on that heavy bag is the equivalent of running X amount of miles. You know what I mean? I'm just using my hands as the legs to get the cardio going. So just find something that if you're a person dealing with anger issues, I always suggest get your ass a heavy bag. You will not believe how many calories you can burn and you're having fun and you're actually learning a necessary skill to like keep motherfuckers back. But you know what I'm saying? So like, so if you have anger issues, try that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, I've seen people do sauna yoga and shit, like working out in the sauna and doing yoga and shit. There's just so many different things. Again, if sometimes we get trapped into a box because these algorithms feed us these exercise routines and these topics and these ideas, and we don't realize that we got to look for what works best for us too. You know what I'm saying? So like look for what works best for you. Look for what is exercise. Consistency is important, but it's also just as important to find exercise that you like.
Right.
Not that it's not hard.
Habit and stick to it.
Exactly. And not that it's not hard. You like that it's hard. Like when I play ball, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting whacked in the fucking head. People drop kicking me and shit like it's WWE. But I love it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so just finding stuff that you like and because like sometimes people are like, well, just take a walk. Sometimes a walk is boring as fuck.
It is.
Some people are not walkers. My last name is Walker. I'm not a fucking walker. My OCD starts going crazy and shit. Combined with the HDAD, I'm looking at the clouds, birds, the ground and shit. I'm like, this shit is wacky. I can't do this. So I just find things that I like. You know, again, like rollerblading shit, simple shit. You know what I'm saying? And the key is like, don't quit. Life is life is a continuous experiment. You know what I'm saying? So if you quit on yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like then it's over. It's only over when you quit. Doctors can tell you whatever they want to tell you, but people making decisions based on their own lifestyles and finding what works best for them are the things that changes how doctors move. Right. So you might discover something in yourself that will change how people deal with working out, period. So just never stop. You know what I'm saying? I want to hit that heavy bag. Yo, I'm telling you, man. Woo! Okay? The amount of sweat you get off just hitting the heavy bag is crazy. Especially if you... the reason I say the heavy bag, too, is because if you tend to be overweight, having the idea of walking is bad for you, actually, in a lot of ways. Distance walking and stuff. Because of your joints.
Yep.
But hitting a bag, you're stationary, and it's your arms doing it. It's your arms doing it. Like, literally... It's not as present, but you're still working up that sweat. You're getting your heart rate going. You're getting everything adjusted. I know it's not the typical thing that people suggest, but to me, even if you look it up on the scale, it's one of the best ways to get cardio without tearing up your knees, your legs, and all your joints. The bag doesn't go nowhere. It's there for you. If anybody needs any tips or stuff like that, I'll start throwing some videos up. I just started getting back into it myself. I used to box, MMA, and all that stuff. I guess you can tell from the video because I be seeing some of these rappers hitting the bag. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Anyway, I've digressed. Anyway, but again, don't quit. Find something that's fun for you. Find something that's fun and you like the challenge of. You know what I'm saying? Zumba's not for everybody. All of this shit's not for everybody. You know what I mean? You got to find what you love to do. And trust me, there's something out there for you. There's something definitely out there that it's just that. And don't be afraid to suck long enough to get good.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the biggest thing.
My two things are tennis and rock climbing.
Tennis,
you be out there looking like a damn fool trying to chase that ball with a stick. But like I come out sweating and I'm like, oh, that was fun. We're laughing at each other and working out at the same time because neither one of us know what the hell we're doing. But we did it and it was fine. So
and don't go into working out as a competition. Right. The motherfucker on the treadmill next to you has nothing to do with you. Let them do their shit. Honestly, that's why I don't recommend gyms. I don't recommend gyms because gyms have that culture where it turns into a competition. Like, I gotta run faster. It's like, fuck that motherfucker. I'm gonna run at my pace. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm not gonna tear my shoulder out or injure myself or some shit because this dude's lifting fucking 3,000 pounds. I'm gonna let my testosterone fool me into thinking I'm about to go over there and do that, and he's on some roids or some shit. Nah, I'm not doing that to myself. And it's less pressure. Now, it is true that there's been studies that show if you work out with someone, but that doesn't mean that person has to push you. Even if you're just working out with a friend,
encouraging you to
just a friend, just a friend. Just like when I'm doing the yard, I be out in my yard for 5 hours sometimes, 4 to 5 hours sometimes. But when I'm talking to Tyson on the phone, that shit blows by. It blows by. When I'm not talking to anybody, oh my God. In the middle of August, yeah, right, bro. But just talking to someone while you're working out too helps. These are just little tips. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I was still in my 20s. Yeah, I lift and dance. I like lifting and dancing. That's right. Dancing's great cardio. Spin your ass around in a circle. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Have fun. As much as the twerking shit gets on my goddamn nerves, it's a hell of an exercise. You know what I'm saying? Just if you can keep it to your damn self sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But it is. It's a hell of an exercise. It works your glutes, all of that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? It works on your core. Again, not being sexist and not being funny about it. It's actually a great work exercise. I do understand the power of pole dancing. You know what I mean? That is a great exercise. If you everybody who gets on a pole is not a stripper. Some people go to work and do that shit, and some people do it in their crib to get fitness. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So it's cool.
It is a really great workout, and you can do it at 300 pounds. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. No bullshit. You'll be amazed at what you can do once you really get into something and have fun doing it. So don't stop your journey. Don't let the doctors discourage. I've had doctors tell me my Achilles was torn. They told me they couldn't do surgery and I probably would never be able to run again. I'm running. I got a finger that's deviated and they told me I would never be able to close my fist again. As you can see, I can close it.
Yeah.
And this thing is crooked. Like he's out here. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Don't let other people's limitations be yours. You know what I mean? Like, just go after it. Go after it. Whatever you want, just go after it. And at the end of the day, the results, if you gain nothing else, you gain the mental results of this shit. So don't let it just be about the physical. Let it be about the mental journey that you go through. Just doing it. I never thought I would skydive. I jumped out of a goddamn the day after we got married. You know what I'm saying? Like, I jumped out of it. She ain't going. Now, listen, let me tell you something. Quick story. She turned twerking is a workout. It is. I'm tired.
What, baby?
I never thought I would jump out of a plane. We jumped out of a plane the day after we got married. Like, we literally got married.
That's awesome. I love that.
And jumped out of a plane. Now, let me tell you something, though. My wife was super adventurous until that shit. That shit stopped. That shit stopped, okay? She's like, I'm ready to be a mom and shit. I'm good. I'm good with
it. She ain't jumping off the sidewalk now.
And I've been trying to find more people to jump out of another plane. It actually... it psyched me up so much that I want to go to pilot school. Like I really want to go to pilot school and learn how to fly a plane now, just because I did that. And because I realized, like, if I could jump out of this motherfucker, why can't I fly this motherfucker? Like, what's going on here? I broke some limitations and it gave me more options. So every limitation you break and just, be at your own pace. You know what I mean? Because it's not about the intensity and da-da-da. It's about the effort. It's about keep going. Right. It's about keep going. So if when I got to a certain point with boxing, I was able to condense it into intensity and get the same amount of workout in that time, but I let my body tell me I was there. It's when people go beyond what their body, you got to listen to your body too. You know what I'm saying? So listen to your body, let it dictate what what's good for you. If something hurts, if it like not physical strain, but if it hurts, stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, You know what your ceiling is. Try again. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I think I'm pretty lucky in the fact that, like I said, like when I was growing up, I was always really healthy. I was involved in a lot of sports, and I've always done the eating
Yeah,
healthy.
yep.
I mean, so honestly, all of that's pretty easy for me. For me, it's like going to be getting back into the working out thing and retraining my metabolism since we're working on fixing the heart thing now. And so, I mean, it's just, yeah, it is. I mean, I understand all the mind aspect of it and like sticking to it and, you know, not letting stuff get to me and knowing that it's going to take a while and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just, you
And-
know, like I said, it's just getting back into the game again, just because I went
Absolutely.
through so many years of not being able to like get anywhere with anything, no matter what I did. And so, I mean, I'm excited about it. But like I said, I was interested in the conversation just because of the fact that it's amazing
Absolutely.
what people say out there, like, and they just have no idea, even doctors. And absolutely, you do. You keep, like, I had a problem with one of my heart doctors. I like fired him quick and went and found somebody else I like, because like I was like, yeah, dude, you don't work for me. So I mean, it is. It's all, you know. It's finding what works for you and sticking with it, and I'm all good with that. So
That's it. You know what I'm saying? And understand that, like, I hope you learned today. Like, you got plenty of people here that will encourage. And I listen, I need the encouragement. You understand what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I post the videos when I was working. I had stopped doing it recently because I just been too busy. But the reason I was doing it was not for giving a shit about people watching me hit a bag. It was to encourage other people. It was to encourage other people about my age, you know what I'm saying, that feel out of the game, to just be more active, you know what I'm saying, to take them on the journey with me. So it doesn't matter if you're on day 1 or day 20. If a video log for you of going through that journey and watching yourself, I have to, it's about people seeing it, but I also like to watch it back because I really box, and I like to look at mistakes that I'm making, shit that I got rusty at, you know what I mean? And I like for people to see the slow and steady progress that I go through. I try to be an example the best I possibly can. I'm not gonna walk around looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Shit ain't happening. But I can stay active enough and solid enough that I can inspire someone else to just start something. You know what I'm saying? And you've inspired me today. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, this conversation, you both have inspired me. Everyone who's been tuned in today has inspired. We've never had a show, period, where it was just one topic. Just one topic today. So that was truly amazing. And I really appreciate I really appreciate both of you coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
No, anytime. You know you're welcome anytime. We're at the 1 hour and 41 minute mark. We're just gonna go into some stupid shit before we get out of here for this last 20 minutes. So hang tight. We're gonna get into some of this crazy Tekashi shit going on because we want to talk about some of that. And we enjoyed this conversation very much, ladies and gentlemen. Like, we really appreciate it very much. This was awesome. So again, thank you both so much. And let me and Tyson get back to our reckless shit for a second.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Right.
Later. All right. So that happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That happened, people. And that's what this is about. Again, we say it. People have to step up and challenge us and, you know, understand that we're talking about, you know, some real. We talk about current topics, but we also like to talk about life topics, and we like to tie the current topics into life. See, that's the thing. Some people would just cover a current topic from just the rumor standpoint, just to get the clicks and the da-da-da-da for stupid shit. Like, I appreciate all of the shares and likes, and I do ask for them and da-da-da-da because that's a part of the model. But the major thing I care about is the impact that each other just had on each other. You know, everybody just had an impact on each other in this conversation tonight, and that was super dope. We've never gone so long on one
community.
Yeah, straight community. So no, and again, yeah, Nyla was good. She was chilling. Thank you, Shelly. You know what I'm saying, for sharing, and opening up and having a dialogue with us about this topic and understanding that. Again, most people I don't know what it is with people that keep thinking that me and Tyson won't have these mature conversations with everybody. You know what I mean? But I don't know what the fuck it is. We do mad shit in the community. It's not like we're pump faking out here. We really care. So with that being said, I want to talk about Tekashi. I don't want to get out of here without talking about this Tekashi situation. And we'll use that in the last 15 minutes and wrap that up, man. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. If you guys want to hang out for this one, if you don't know about Tekashi 6ix9ine is an artist that came out a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying? Rainbow hair, crazy rapping, all that good stuff. He actually has pretty sonically pleasing music, but he was getting down with the blood gangs and all of that stuff, and he decided to, you know, step into that gang life for the appeal and get his likes and views and all of that stuff up. And he was out here trolling in the streets, and he had people doing things for him and all of that stuff to give him clout and everything. And then he ends up getting caught in a RICO case because they had people doing attempted murders and all this other stuff. Oh no, we're glad that you found us too. We definitely are glad that you found us. And we appreciate that you enjoy the show. We've noticed that you were here for a while now, so we appreciated that. And, you know, and anybody who tunes in for all this time is super dope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he is trash. He's super trash.
He's trash.
He's super trash. Basura.
Basura.
Basura. But here's the thing. So I watched TMZ go at this kid talking about how he was spending his money since he's been out, right? So then people were saying, well, he should be donating and he should be giving money back. Like, why would you just go buy $1 million shark tail chain? Like, why wouldn't you just give back to the people? All right. Okay, cool. And here's the problem. Here's the fucking problem. He's trash, period, right? But that trash can heard you and then decided to try to take some of that advice and do the right thing.
Right.
And here was the response. Let me pull this story up real quick. Shout out my man Tyson, always coming up with these dope topics, man. So let's see. Let me make that a little bit smaller. Easier on the eyes. So the guy decides to try to donate $200,000 to a nonprofit for the hungry kids, and they rejected his money. They rejected him.
Go lean.
Yeah, Tekashi goes lean. Tekashi 6ix9ine blasts nonprofit for declining $2K, taking food out of kids' mouths. No Hungry Kid is the name of the program. So Tekashi just fired back upon learning his donation had been denied, and that he's making what some might consider a valid point. He writes, "No kid hungry rather take food out of the mouth of these innocent children. I've never seen something so cruel. While you could argue no kid hungry is standing firm on their principles, which many might consider commendable, others could equally argue back that money is money, and if the guy wants to fork over a bunch for a good cause, why not just take it?" I'm not going to read the rest of that because that's really the gist of where we stand right now.
I do want to see the one part where they gave their rebuttal on there, the reason why they didn't want to accept his money.
Oh, okay, let's see.
Because that ties into what I want to go into about their partners.
Okay, so the org says, we are grateful for Mr. Hernandez's generous offer to donate to No Kid Hungry, but we have informed his representatives that we have declined this donation. As a child-focused campaign, it is our policy to decline funding from donors whose activities do not align with our mission and values. That's an interesting take because you actually did a little bit of a deep dive and found out some information about some of their other donors. So let's get into that real quick.
Yeah, so I'm gonna touch on their corporate partners first, right? And so they talked about their values and different things like that. And so I was like, let me see who are they condoning the behavior of that they're gonna support. And so I looked, and on their leading partners, they have Citi. So if you're not familiar with Citibank, obviously it's a large financial institution, has gotten bailout money, has done corporate buybacks, and also was part of the huge subprime lending in like 2008, I want to say, of doing like predatory lending. And I can speak on that because I was part of a subsidiary of Citigroup, and kind of part of that practice, to be honest. Like I was trying to help people get out of debt and doing refis and things like that, but I did see predatory lending practices. So if you're gonna say you don't condone, the reason why you're not going to accept that money is because you don't condone the behavior, then in turn what you're saying is you do condone these companies' behavior. So predatory lending seems to be okay. You have Grubhub, which is another partner of theirs. Now Grubhub as a business had come under scrutiny for bad business practice, bad business ethics as well, when it came to finding restaurants, adding them to their platform without their consent, and then upmarking the food, and then bullying the restaurant into signing a contract, threatening the loss of revenue from deliveries, right? So if you're a restaurant that was getting, all of a sudden you got a burst of $3,000-$5,000 extra a month from deliveries, and then they come in and they're like, hey, by the way, that was due to us. You might be appreciative, but now they're essentially saying, well, now you got to sign this deal or you lose it all. So you're either going to give us 30% or you get nothing. That's very mafia-like tactics there. Mm-hmm. So you're condoning that. We have Arby's Foundation, which I don't really have too much bad to say about Arby's.
They have the meats.
But next you have Walmart. So
you mean FEMA camps?
right, FEMA camps. You have racist business practices. So now again, you're okay with that though. So they have to be. I think their PR team was trying to feed on this the relevancy of Tekashi without going and looking at who they actually had as partners and the tumultuous history they have as companies and as corporations. They also have Amazon on here. They have Amazon as a partner. Now, I feel differently than a lot of people do about Amazon, but in large, people for some reason are enraged by right, Grubhub should be illegal. Their practices are straight garbage. They've tried to get better, but they still do some of the same things when they're going into new areas. I witnessed that working with Got You, seeing how they kind of bullied their way into this market. But Amazon often comes under scrutiny for the way that it treats their employees, right? Overworking them, having high quotas and different things like that. And so again, you're not condoning this man coming out saying, okay, he obviously is out of the gang life. I do want to point that out because he can't go back in it with him being a rat. So he's out of that, but he can't give up his job. His job is to make this kind of music. That's how he gets his wealth. That's how he keeps his fan base. So now I want to hop over to people because they had some interesting people, right? We know the company's ethics are off, but now we're going to look at the people. And so on the celebrity side of it, their national spokesperson is Jeff Bridges. Their national spokesperson is Jeff Bridges. I want everyone, if you don't know about Jeff Bridges, I want you to look up how Jeff Bridges has historically treated people on set, female co-actresses, males. Like, he's non-discriminatory when it comes to his mouth and how he treats people and talks to staff and different things like that. He's their national spokesperson. So the very mouth that he uses to talk about people and berate and belittle is the same mouth he's going out to go and promote this company to collect money to help kids that are in need. You have, if I scroll down a little bit further, you have Pink, you have Kevin Bacon. Both of these people have struggled with drugs and abuse. So if you're going to, again, say that it's your stance of their lifestyle and their activities not adding up to what you believe as a company, then why is that not accountable across the board? But it is when it comes to rap.
So listen, right? So when I was talking to you earlier about it, here was my view on it, right? And again, we talked about this the other day. What are you proving right now? What are you proving right now? You have no stake as the organization. You have no stake in the game about. So basically, as an organization that's here to feed kids and be positive, you're backing the idea of not snitching.
Right. Essentially. Yep. That's exactly it.
Like, you're saying, nah, you shouldn't have snitched on the people doing the negative stuff. And I would think from a civilian standpoint, once again, not having no stake in this, that you would actually think he did the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. According to your code. Right. But according to his code, what he signed up for, it was the wrong thing. But neither here nor there. Okay, so let's look at it from a perspective of, okay, he snitched. Yes. But he also did the time that he was told to serve. Yes. He's now out and able to do things, and he decided to do one good thing.
Right.
And you denied that. Now, what happens if you've put him in a space where he's never going to do it again? You just
now he's like, fuck that.
He probably was trying to find some light and said, you know what? I'm just going to do this because what else can I do? I'm not going to put money in these people's hands or that people. I'm going to feed kids.
And here's the other thing. The demographic that they serve, largely minority children, historically speaking, hunger in the streets is what typically leads kids down the path of doing ill-begotten things. They're going and selling drugs. They're doing this because they're like, well, I got to feed my family. I got to provide. I got to make a little money, and I can't get a job right now. I can't do. And so you're giving them, you're almost saying, we don't care. Yeah, that hurdle that you guys we're trying to get you to overcome is secondary when it comes to snitching. So now you're reaffirming what they're learning on the streets. that you said your organization was trying to feed them to keep them off of.
It's absolutely hypocritical.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and most of society is hypocritical as fuck right now.
And I really think they were doing it for clickbait, for the attention that they knew it would bring.
And then they're gonna get donations from everybody else,
right? Who goes, oh, they turned down 200,000. Let me give mine.
Yep. I'm gonna give a mail now. Yep,
exactly.
Yep. But it's still trash at the end of the day. If you're a person who does wrong, and the only way you can do right is to put some money in the hands of, you could have took that money, right? And then challenge people and say, yo, saying whatever, you could have got the same result by taking the money and then saying, say whatever you want to say about him. He's helping feed the kids. Hold on, fam. Let me dig in my pocket. Boom.
Exactly.
Let me drop a big bag on this. Boom.
Challenge other entertainers like they did with the ALS. Challenge other people. You talk so much crap about Tekashi. He fed the kids. You want to beat him? Match him. Put your money where his is. If you're saying he's such a piece of trash that he's bad for the community, well, he did this one good thing. So outdo his good thing. Then come over here and do it.
It's just, you know.
Yeah. Exactly.
They sure are, but you know, like at the same time, I still would have took that bag. If he's truly a dickhead, I'm taking that motherfucker's money, bro. Like he's gonna blow it on some dumb shit. Now he's gonna blow it.
You don't need it.
Now he's just gonna blow it on some stupid shit. Right. I still would have took the bag. Took the bag. And let's be again, this is a nonprofit organization. They should have no weight in this. They should just take that donation.
The good act for what it is. Even if you're a piece of shit. Yeah. If I came out of jail a stone cold murderer, but then I ended up inventing something that made me a millionaire overnight, and I decided to give some of those millions to people, isn't that a somewhat sign of my reformation? Somewhat? Let's say even if I'm just using it as a ploy to display my reformation, don't give a fuck. I'm taking that money to feed these kids. And here's the thing about actions, right? Eventually, actions that people try to pretend, they actually end up becoming habits. So, like, I want to use the movie Think Like a Man. If you ever watched it, you know that Romany Malco was pretending to be the good guy in order to get with Megan Good, and he eventually became the good guy by pretending so much. So what if this was his step of pretending? He's like, oh, let me give to the kids. All right, bang. Now my next step is I'm going to give to the homeless. Bang. Now, and this is the other thing. He was giving out money to kids on playgrounds before
the bullshit. Yeah, before it.
So it's not even like it wasn't already a part of his character. It's the fact that now they're using it to try to leverage something else. And in the process, not taking into account the impact that this could have on how he views society, accepting him trying to do good for the bad.
Yeah, people have to be able to separate things. You know, like, yes, he's a snitch. But he's also a snitch who wants to donate the $200,000 to the kids.
You can be both.
You can be like, yo, a kid could be eating like, yo, you know who's donated this shit? Snitching ass Tekashi. This food's good though. Fuck this.
Exactly. Now, I do want to
exactly, Brenda. Maybe he doesn't want those kids to end up in his position.
Right. Now, I do want to bring up something because we talked a little bit about challenging celebrities to step up and do this. Well, they didn't do that, but Lil Wayne did step up and create a diss track.
Hey, yo, in the meantime, I'm going to pull that up real quick because I can't wait to hear this track. I purposely did not listen, so I'm hearing this with you people. He sent the link. I was like, no. I'm going to enjoy this with the people. Maybe he doesn't want those kids to the same. Yep, exactly. The nonprofit needs to use it as a reachable and teachable moment. Yeah, reachable and teachable.
And teachable. Both apply.
I take both, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to reach these kids to teach them. So for sure. Absolutely, babe. While I pull that up, check out the message I sent over to you, and then let me get this all set.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. And so I do want to just quickly touch on the fact that everyone remember Lil Wayne is also a blood. So keep that in perspective too when you're listening to this.
So what basically what my brother Ty is saying, right, is 6ix9ine portrayed himself as a blood. Then when shit hit the fan, he obviously sold everybody out. And again, I'm not I'm here to tell you, just like we said earlier, to each their own, right? So in this case, his to each its own was choosing to sign up to be in a gang that has policies that don't make no fucking sense to me, but they made enough sense to him for him to play the game. And then he used the shit against them and then reneged on what he signed up for. And he has 10 people sitting in jail where only 2 of them really are the ones that did him greasy. 3 of them actually are the ones that did him greasy. And the rest he just gave up to get shorter time, right? What show is this? This is the Dinner Club podcast. Teresa, thank you for joining us. You're welcome to join us anytime for any of the topics that we have right now. We were talking about a whole bunch of other stuff earlier. If you want to check that out, right now we're into some hip hop stuff, so it's gonna get a little crazy in here. So understand we're a multifaceted show. If you're just tuning in, don't go crazy. We're just we do it all. We talk about it all, high end, low end, whatever. But thank you for tuning in. So check it out, right? So again, he signs up to be a blood. He snitches. He puts people behind bars. He comes back out. He's being successful right now because, again, the kid broke the record. He beat Eminem in the record for the most views in a day on YouTube. His video is somewhere upwards of 105 million as of yesterday, and I'm sure it's even deeper than that now. So trust me, it's probably way crazier now. We'll check those stats later. But Wayne is not playing any games right now because Wayne is actually born and raised blood of the blood gang member. Again, we are not co-signing none of this shit. We're just we're reporting the news as it comes along, and we're giving you some of the perspective for the people who don't understand the severity of what this shit means.
Right.
Sometimes people see Bloods and Crips and all this other stuff and gang signs and my finger's fucked up, so it's like a gang sign forever. And y'all think it's just another form of entertainment or TV, but there's real consequences to this shit. And there are people that actually are artists in the game, but can apply some real consequences to this shit. So, example, Nipsey Hussle. We lost Nipsey Hussle, right? Dinner Club's where it's at. Browser Josh Britt. Thank you. Appreciate you, yo. Appreciate you. Humbly. So, we lost Nipsey Hussle, but he was really in gang shit. You understand what I'm saying? That was some gang shit too, but from another rat. You know what I mean? It just happens. But anyway, before we get into that, just a shameless plug. We're doing some new things, man. So, like, if you guys want to support us, you enjoy any of the stuff that you're watching, you like what the TDC podcast is showing, you can support $5, $1, $5, $20, whatever you got, 50 cents. I don't give a shit. And you can send it over to our Cash App at, the Dinner Club Pod. Again, the moniker's here. We'll leave it up while we play this song. And then we'll probably be wrapping up right after this one. But again, check out this song from Lil Wayne. He's not playing no games. He said some very,
Mm-hmm.
You'll see.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see. Let me get this set up for you guys. All right. So let's check this out real quick. So Lil Wayne with the new track, it's a 6ix9ine disc called Stop Snitching. This is going to be interesting.
Shout out to my nigga Swills, SWILLZ, the hottest nigga in North Carolina right now, the hottest nigga in the 919 right now. Don't you?
You've never seen rock.
Niggas got me in my feelings cause I know these niggas snitching. Go and get that 45, I get the kill and leave you missing. I'ma get your baby mama, I'ma leave that bitch skillet. It's been only 10 minutes and I made about 10 million. Fuck 6ix9ine, man, that nigga been a rat. Got them billies on his head, now it ain't no coming back. Got them billies on his head, now he gotta watch his back. Got them billies on his head, now they killing for the racks, yeah. You know Weezy get it poppin', I've been aiming at his knock and got your bitch, you wanna top it, bitch, I'm all about this gas, I smoke that green, I smoke that rock, that I'ma pull up with the boots and make your mama scream sorry. Yeah, we gon' kidnap a nigga. You wanna be a rat, we gon' mouse trap a nigga, and you know we red flagging, toe tagging, nigga, we gon' get them lacking. Close casket, make sure you suit match it. Close casket, fuck your bitch and get nasty. In the fast lane, nigga know I roll past it. Music blasting, nigga know we really trapping. Yeah, I don't care about you pussy niggas. You a rat, you a lame, you's a wicked nigga. Yeah, I ain't throwing no subliminals. How the fuck you gon' snitch when you was with the criminal? Drink to it, grow up, gotta roll more blunts. Vibe so high that I gotta go pro ones. Hit him with the shotgun, call that shit the stopper. Call me Dr. Katsu, aka young wild nigga, aka no child nigga, aka click clap out nigga. Fucking with the kitty, you be missing like a loud nigga. Yeah, now you got your feet up. Nigga, you was snitching cause you got beat up. I'ma pull out the heater. Shout out to myself, my nigga thought them bees up. Yeah. Fuck that nigga 6ix9ine. Shout out to my Billies nigga. Shout out to my G-Shine niggas. Shout out to my motherfucking Paros niggas. You feel me? Shout out to my motherfucking Brim niggas. Feel me?
You never seen Rocky.
Shout out to my apes, my stones nigga.
Oh, now all the different factions.
Please, out motherfucking day. Fuck the 6ix9ine nigga. If you can't do the fucking time, nigga, don't do the motherfucking crime, nigga. Yeah. Fuck that bullshit. Shout out to my nigga Swills, SWILLZ. SWILLZ, nigga. The hottest nigga in the
I gotta let y'all hear the whole shit.
The hottest nigga in the know. I don't give a fuck what a nigga say, nigga. That's Tunchi, nigga.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. You speak on it first.
I was gonna say, that wasn't the wordplay Lil Wayne thing that we really used to hearing. He didn't really hit us with a lot of crazy out of this world metaphors. That man was really just rapping to talk shit. He was really just rapping to go at him, like he said, no subliminal. He's straight.
Why I gotta be this guy? Why?
He just
y'all ready for this?
He just went at him.
Oh, y'all ready for this? Oh, I don't like 6ix9ine.
Yeah,
but I didn't like that track either.
Yeah, it wasn't.
That ain't it, bro.
He just
that ain't
really
it.
talked shit. That was it.
That ain't it. He freestyled that whole thing.
Oh yeah.
And it
Now,
wasn't.
Do you think he lost a step?
Yes.
Or do you think that was just an off day?
No, listen, like,
because I want to. Teresa said something. I haven't heard Wayne in a minute. Me neither. And this is not.
So he did drop a project not too long ago, and that was the problem. Like, it came and went. The greats adjust to the times. You can still be you, but you got to learn how to adjust. Jay's the best at it.
Yeah.
Jay is still Jay. You hear Jay Chacky like whole shit, but he still learns how to play the game and use the vernacular and stuff like that, but still keep Jay. You know what I mean? The foundation of the house is still the same. He might have redecorated and shit, but the foundation is still the same. Right. Wayne is still Lollipop Wayne.
Right.
That wasn't it, bro. Like, that wasn't it. Because honestly, like you said, everything that he's already been trolling. Right. And here's the problem too. Like, you have to understand something. Like, so the other day we had a troll on here, right? So there's two ways to deal with a troll. Well, there's low end trolls and there's high end trolls, right? So the low end trolls, you just gotta laugh at them. Laugh. And high end trolls, like once they reach a certain level of status, like their trolling got them to like the final boss level, you must do the hardest thing ever to do. Ignore them. You want to get this Tekashi shit over with, everybody has to stop talking about him, including us eventually. But we're going to keep advising people how to deal with it. That's what this is. You know what I'm saying? More so than that beef, because that kind of came out of nowhere with Wayne. He didn't really publicly speak on anything. He just made that track. Right. More so than that beef, I'm more concerned with what's going to happen between the barbs that him and Meek Mill have been throwing back and forth. Because Meek Mill is not a problem. Yeah, we had we did, Renee. Very low.
He was already under the bridge.
I was almost hoping Ken Ho was gonna come back, man.
Right.
You disappointed me, Ken. If you're watching, you disappointed me, bro. You should be here. I
thought you were stronger than that.
On God. Sucker. Anyway, so listen, like, I'm more concerned with what's gonna happen with Meek Mill and because here's the thing, like, Tekashi's never been a rapper himself, but if Tekashi drops a track replying to that Wayne track in this generation, they're gonna say Tekashi bodied Wayne.
Right.
I promise you. I promise you. One thing that Tekashi's a specialist at is energy on his tracks. Like, snitching aside, like, people don't be understanding like how I could separate things because people are different things. His musicality, he's not a great rapper, but his energy and his entertainment value, he has everybody like listen, hate it or love it, I listened to every word in that Goober shit. I didn't like it, but when he ended with, what the fuck he say? Something about he's up because he's a rat. The last bar was just like, oh my god.
He says like, oh, geez.
Okay, the guy is trolling that he's a rat, so telling him that he's a rat is powerless. He's literally the 8 Mile troll of real life.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing you can say about him as far as the case. What you can do is possibly talk about some shit that might affect him right now, like his mama or some shit. I'm just keeping it real gully. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should talk about how they should have did his mama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You should play on his ego and talk about his baby mother getting smashed and shit like that, because you talking about the case is literally what he wants.
Right. And now here's the other part of that is the fact that you can't threaten him with what he was already threatened with either. Like, you got to be original and come up with something new. Like, they already put a bag on his head before.
And it's not the same value. And let's be serious. Like, you saying I put $1 million on his head, we know you're smart enough that you didn't put $1 million on his head because you wouldn't say it.
Right.
That's something you just don't say. You know, I can't believe that Wayne would be that silly. You know what I'm saying? After all the drama Wayne's been through in life, he's not that silly. This is reverse trolling, in my opinion.
Because now Tekashi could pull his bluff and be like, show me, prove it. Where's the receipts?
That beat wasn't it. That song wasn't it.
Nope.
That just wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you hit, like, the audio sound like he was like in a fucking tube or something? You know what I'm saying? Like,
up the tube.
I'm not even like a dope engineer. I engineer my own shit, and that shit hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Wayne's a legend.
Right.
Like, understand what I'm saying right now. Wayne is a legend. I'm disappointed. This is the guy that said hit niggas over the head like Vonage. This is, a Millie. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is Wayne, bro. This is Mrs. Officer. This is Carter 1, 2, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is Wayne. And that shit right there, man.
Yep.
That's my whole life, Brenda. That's why I'm honest. That's why I'm honest. Because once you're comfortable with that honesty, can't do shit about it. And let me tell you something. Tekashi's he's sitting somewhere right now like, yo, Wayne diss me is like me getting a Grammy, son.
Exactly. He's like, I'm up. That's official. I'm up.
This is where they have to learn the subtleties that Jay-Z has mastered. Jay-Z would dish you in whole entire track, and you'd have to undo that Sudoku puzzle to figure it the fuck out.
Right.
You won't know who he's talking about. There's only one time I ever seen him be so forward with a bar, and I think it was a Future bar. He was hella forward in that Future bar. About somebody seeing niggas play football with your son in the future.
Yes.
I was like, oh
yeah, talking about Russell Wilson. Yeah.
That was the most forward I've ever heard JB. But like unless he was like in an actual battle, like with Nas. Yeah. Which Nas, in my opinion, won. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, nah, man, like he's sitting back, he's Brenda. He's sitting back somewhere enjoying life right now and just thinking like, I'm up.
He's like, I got one of the top blood nigga after me. Like,
I'm up. I'm up. He's way up. Now, here's what's funny, because I did say to Tyson yesterday on Monday when we talked about this that it would take it have to be a big shark, right? But it would have to be a big private shark, because now that you've made the whole advertisement, something happened to him. Guess who they're gonna come looking at?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You Wayne. So if you're really gonna do something about it, and I'm not telling anybody to do anything, but if you're really gonna do something about it, then just fucking do it. And silence is golden.
Real G's moving silence like lasagna. What happened?
Thank you. That's his bar. Oh, people.
What happened?
People, this can't be.
It's
real
not
life.
Lasagna. He moving real Lasagna right now.
Listen, this can't be real life, man. Tekashi's bugged the fuck out. And this is life is Stranger Things right now. Like, it really is. We are living in the upside down. Shit's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are talking about this pandemic. This ain't listen, we are in a different paradigm right now. Like, the world has shifted in a different way, and it happens. You know, you just got to be mentally prepared to understand the shift and just adjust accordingly. And if you don't want to adjust and insulate, don't act like a villain and announce your plan. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna blow up the world. Like,
Yeah.
every fucking villain, every movie is like, my plan is
Right, and they always
to
turn
light
their
this
back on the
laser.
superhero too.
to light.
They always-
Hold on. Let me get my shit on.
Right.
Let me get my shit on. My plan is
And then all of a sudden, I'm like breaking out the shit.
to
And then
you got to pull out your notepad and shit, nigga. While I'm like, my plan is to blow up the world.
And they always turn around and be like, "Oh, where did they go?"
Batman.
he broke out,
Batman.
and then they get hit with the batarang.
Yeah, bro.
Ah!
Yeah. This shit's wacky, man. Shit is definitely wacky. So listen. If you want to deal with Tekashi, stop talking about him. But guess what? We live in a time, it's not going to happen.
Nope.
It's not going to happen. And I've accepted that. That's why we're going to keep talking about it, because we're not TMZ. Once TMZ reports it, we're going to fucking talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's too late. It's too fucking late. You understand what I'm saying? If it hits the news cycle, what are we going to do, man? We can't ignore this motherfucker. We couldn't ignore him before he was gone. And here's the funniest part. You know why he's getting so much likes and stuff? Because this shit was a TV show to people and they missed him.
Right. That jail time did him a favor.
They missed him.
It let people see what the internet was like without him. And it wasn't nearly as entertaining.
Oh, I'm gonna give it. We're gonna round this out at 9 o'clock. We got 5 more minutes left. I'm gonna round it out right at 9. Let's see what's going on here. Let's try to jump into one more real quick. See if we got anything on here. We can jump into real quick. Oh yeah, let's talk about the 5-year-old kid.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Update on the 5-year-old kid.
All right, so check this out, right? I'm gonna let Tyson warm y'all up with this one, and this is our last topic of the night, people.
So if you don't know about this, there was a 5-year-old kid that wanted to buy a Lamborghini. He had like $3 though. But that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is that he stole his mom's car to drive from Utah to LA in order to buy the Lamborghini and got pulled over in the process, which, by the way, I will admit that he drives better than a lot of adults.
This is facts.
He pulled over when the sirens went, like he knew what to do, so shout outs to him. But now the follow-up to that is the 5-year-old who stole his parents' car to buy the Lamborghini is now getting to meet all kinds of celebrities and actually got to drive a Lamborghini. So the question is really, how do we feel about that? Like, is this teaching him the right things? I mean, it's good he got to kind of see a taste of what his dream is, but he did it through something that is punishable, essentially. And so where is the lesson and where's the direction and reward coming at for this kid?
So here's where the kid. So absolutely, the kid is awesome.
Yeah, he was.
He was awesome in a scenario, but I don't think people are putting enough thought into, especially like I'm a parent. So like when that kid came home, I wasn't thinking like you're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that was fucking dangerous.
Right.
An 18-wheeler could have fucking smashed you. This could have been a completely different story.
And it also, even with it being the same story, can end up in some form of negligence because they're gonna wonder how
did he get there? Yep. All right, so here's the thing, right? Like, this is nothing new with celebrities, man. They see some shit hit the news cycle, and then people.
And
this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, it goes viral, and then people like, I'm gonna pull up on him with my Lambo. You're not teaching that kid a lesson, man. Like, and let me tell you something else too. Like, I don't want to be like an asshole, but like, the kid, he doesn't understand a base reality. If he jumped in the car,
right,
with like, what did he say, like $13?
Yeah, $3
and thought he was going to make it to California to buy a Lambo. So now what you're doing is doubling down on that shit.
Mm-hmm. He said, I get to do it for free.
I could see if you pulled up on the kid and be like, damn, I know you like love Lambo so much, bro. I'm going to take you on this ride. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to have a talk about safety.
Mm-hmm.
He's 5. It's a cool story. Dangerous, but cool. All shame. Listen, babe, I love you. You ain't hearing none of that shit if Nyla was 5
right
on Route 18 out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
She
You
said
ain't,
it's cool.
you ain't
It's cool
saying
for
none of
their
that
kid.
shit. Yeah, it's cool for their kid. Again, it's so easy to feel like this shit's cool when you got no stake in the game. That nigga's parents was losing their mind. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
They had to have been. Now, here's the sucker part, because people are such weirdos and fucking, fandom, that out of all of this shit happened, his parents might be like, shit, take the keys.
You're right. Do it again.
So
see if
the
Oprah
kid,
will give us a Lambo.
The kid was awesome. It was cute, but it could have been an entirely different story if we were reading about a kid who died.
Mm-hmm.
So just balance it. Balance it. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that he learned something about the inherent danger that he was in.
Cool story. That's it. Yeah. She said cap locks.
Right. Cool story, bro. So again, we're not gonna hold you up, man. I thought that was a good way to come off and finish the show. You know what I'm saying? After talking about Tekashi's crazy ass, we could talk about another kid, and then we gotta wonder, we have to balance it. Again, it was cute because he made it. I just always have to think about what could have been. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
what are we encouraging next time?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want these kids, because some kid could watch this right now and be like, "Ma, I'll be back."
Right. Be like, I'm 7. I think I could get a helicopter.
Like, well, yeah, wait, this nigga stole the car. I wonder what would happen if I steal the boat. I'm out.
Right.
I'm out. Or maybe it's just my crazy ass, because I would have thought the same shit as a kid. Like, oh, wait a minute, this nigga got riding a Lambo with Jamie Foxx.
Mm-hmm.
The Jamie Foxx show. Jamie Foxx.
Unpredictable Jamie Foxx.
Shit, I'm stealing an ambulance. I'll be back.
Right?
I'm going right to St. Luke's. Like, whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, whoop. I'm gonna pull over a cop in an ambulance. Whoop, 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 whoop. Sir, I'm 5.
But I look a lot older.
You might want to get me, man. You might want to get me off the road,
and film
officer.
It. And film it, please.
Please smile and say it's cute. Yeah, but the shit would have been different if a nigga ran over your grandma.
Right. Exactly. Yeah,
Come on, son. Yeah. Come on, son. Yo, listen. Again, the kid is smart though, because he made it pretty far, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That $3 was he was gonna have a trip. Like I told you, he was gonna be bartering 25-cent gas at the. I mean, shit. This pandemic got gas prices low. He might have made it, nigga. He might have made it.
He might have made it. It's a couple gallons.
But listen, we love and appreciate you guys. We hope you enjoyed the show. We only had 3 topics today, and I'm cool with that. That was so awesome. Everybody coming on. It was a super dope vibe. Thank the female power coming through, you know what I'm saying, and sharing their perspectives on, the weight journeys and the weight losses and gains and what it's like, and all different shapes and sizes were on here and talking about it. And, us sharing our male perspective. We didn't see too many guys talking on it because we're not like most people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel me, Justin? You feel me, dog? Like, yo, I'm just going to buy a Lambo. Sir, where did you get this Toyota? I got it over there, man. I was trying to get to Cali to get a Lambo. Like, come on, man.
That's it.
So, and let me throw this out there. Let me just throw this out there. Would have been the same story if it was a black kid.
Just saying.
Would it have been cute if it was Jamal? Because if you say no, you're an asshole. All right.
Exactly.
Thank
you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much, Renee, for being here. Thank you, Justin, for tuning in. Yeah, being very open and candid. Men can't comment on a woman's weight. That's a law. Shit.
When did it pass?
Shit. I was about to say we had an ovary pass tonight.
Yep.
We got to talk.
Right.
You know why most men can't talk about a woman's weight? Because they're pigs. They don't fucking have the ability to handle the conversation like we do.
Exactly.
And I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Me and him were messaging each other while you 2 ladies took over. It was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I went and got a snack and shit. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I get a break. Wow. We're going to do that more often. So again, thank you for tuning into another episode of the Dinner Club Podcast. I'm your host with the most. Make sure you follow us at Dinner Club Pod, at Dinner Club Pod, at Dinner Club Pod. Like, share, comment, let people know about this show. Let people know there's a couple of guys from the local village just wanting to talk with the rest of the villages out here. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to let my man Tyson do his 1-2. Love y'all.
Hey, as always, this was food for thought. And no matter what you eat, just clean your plate. Peace.
Peace.
I got drive like I got drive like Uber. On the road like the runner bee. These coyotes can't catch up with me. Got these heads blowing like TNT. I got drive like Uber. Yeah, all these lions in this pride with me. Hunting on the daily cause the dream ain't free. Gotta get it now. Time to wait for me. I got drive like Uber.